horses, which is rough, but he is protective. He's going to build a ton of archers. All right, so if you're watching this, welcome. This is Civ4 AI Survivor, Season 3. This is our first playoff game, so everyone you see in this game has finished either first or second in a previous game in this particular season. So these are supposedly the cream of the crop. We don't know if that's going to happen, but everyone here has done well in at least one game previously. So going around the horn here, we have Wang Kon of Korea in the northwest. We have Shaka of the Zulus in the north central spot, and we have Stalin of Russia here in the northeast. On the bottom side of the map, we have Justinian of Byzantium. He is our big favorite. Almost 2/3 of the people in the picking contest have picked him to win this game. We will see if that works out. He's in the southeast, as I said. We have Asoka of the Indians here in the south central portion of the map, and then way down here in the southwest, kind of isolated, is Hammurabi of Babylon. Don't be fooled by the green borders. We swapped him over so that he would be easier to distinguish from Asoka. So that's underway. Let's go ahead and get started. So as far as this is a game where a lot of the leaders start with mysticism. Korea starts with mysticism, India starts with mysticism, and Byzantium does as well. So we have 3 different leaders that can go for an early religion. And it looks like we have an early race between, let's see, Shaka on meditation, what the? He must have just popped mysticism from a hut. Okay, that's weird. Shaka trying for an early religion. I did not see that going. Shaka should be going for animal husbandry because he has double animal husbandry resources at his capital. But okay, well, it looks like Asoka has the lead in that race. He's a turn ahead of Shaka. And Justinian looks like he'll be uncontested in his own. Hammurabi, yeah, he should, I guess in theory, he should have bowmen instead. I don't care enough to worry about that though. There's not that big of a difference. You're right. I should have done that in the setup, but I'll let it go. All right, so we've got that, and then we've also got the AI leaders moving out their initial settlers. So let's see where they're heading. It's wherever the archer is. That's where their initial settlers heading. All right, so. Justinian is doing the right thing. So one thing I said, before this game started, I was a little bit critical of Justinian. I said I don't think he's going to do that well because I don't like his capital. We will see if that actually proves to be true. But he's sending his settler to the northwest, which is where he should be sending his settler. And we'll see where he actually ends up planting. Also, Stalin, who I have picked to win this game, has gone in a bad direction with his initial starting settler. He's gone northeast. Now, granted, this is not a terrible spot. He's got the pig resource, but he would have done much better to send it down to the south into actually contested lands. Okay, so we also have a city over here from Wang Kon. Not a bad spot. It's going to be weak in the early game, but it's going to be great long term with the gems, and he will grab ivory, which is pretty good for him as well. Let's see, and Hammurabi has gone northeast. This is a good spot. Grabs double animal husbandry resources, has a food resource. Looks pretty solid to me. So Justinian planted here. This is probably a better city than his capital early on because it has a better pigs resource. It's grassland instead of grassland hill. But we shall see what he decides to do. Yes, so Stalin does not have Siberia in this game. And Shaka's city went due east towards Stalin, picks up the grassland dry corn. So that corn resource basically makes that a decent city. Now, it is significant as to who gets this copper resource. This is Stalin's copper resource, right? Does he have another one? No. So this is his one early metal resource. So if Stalin doesn't get this for some reason, he's in a lot of trouble. Whereas, yeah, Shaka has other sources. But, like, Stalin has no... if he misses this, he's a metal-less civ, and that would be terrible for him. All he would be able to do is build horses. Anyway, but we do still have this race going on. Justinian looks like he's going to win the... polytheism race. It's closer on meditation, but Asoka should win because he has turn order. He's one turn ahead, and he also has turn order advantage. Shaka's second city, it is Umagun Gun Luvu. I'm sure that's not correct. Umagun Gun Lovu. I'm sure it's in Zulu, which is a language, by the way, in addition to being a cultural group. So I'm sure it's a word in Zulu, and I certainly don't pretend that I know how to pronounce that. All right, so Asoka is one turn ahead and has the tiebreaker advantage, so he should get that. Oh, he went pretty far west with this city. That's not going to help him against Justinian, but it's a good spot. Double food resources, an oasis. This will be the holy city, so it's going to grab the copper relatively quickly. Give him another copper. So yeah, good spot. So that'll found a religion. He picks Buddhism because that's his preference. It's the meditation religion anyway, but he picks Buddhism regardless. Justinian will now found the polytheism religion, and he will pick Christianity, which will pop up in Thessalonica. So there you go. We'll just wait for the announcement. Yeah, so Ahsoka converts to his religion. Justinian will convert to his. The two of them are going to hate each other. They will likely go to war pretty early. There we go. So there's Christianity popping up. This is what I feared about Justinian, was that he's just going to be building roads and farms in the early game. Like, this is probably the best tile he could work, this one right here, because it becomes a 3 food 1 commerce tile, but like, this is not a strong setup in the early game right here. Definitely much stronger for some of these other leaders. Like, look at Stalin's got the double resources connecting. He's going animal husbandry, which is smart. Then I'll connect that, and that will help him at his 2 cities there. Yeah, everybody goes for animal husbandry, right? Because the early religion race is over now. Shaka really needs animal husbandry because he's got double animal husbandry resources, and he's actually kind of screwed himself over by going for that religion. So popping that hut probably hurt him in the early game, just because it slowed down his acquisition of animal husbandry. So now the next thing we'll watch is who gets the first settler out. Ahsoka looks like he might be one of the first because he's actually building it in his capital and not in his second city. Wang Kon isn't building a settler at all, so good job there, buddy. Justinian has the imperialistic bonus, but look, even with that, he's very slow because he needs animal husbandry very badly. He'll be improved once he gets that, but you know, he still will lack mining tech after that. For some reason, over here, Stalin is farming that tile that he's then going to pave over. Doesn't make a lot of sense, but whatever. And Shaka's going for his own settler, who he's now built a bunch of farms. So yeah, everybody on animal husbandry, which they do need. And I expect their development will improve once they get some of these civs get animal husbandry done. But Ahsoka's first, and so we'll watch where he decides to send this. For some reason, he has not researched mining tech yet, so he has not hooked up his. Doesn't have bronze working, so he can't see the copper yet. I was going to say he does start with mining because India starts with mining tech, but all right, now he's on bronze working, so he's executing a good start. Does Justinian's trade route on the river go up through that lake south of Stalin? I believe it will once they have sailing tech. It should pass up that way. It's a good question. Does Wang Kon have stone or marble nearby? He has stone at his capital, so indeed he does. Yep, and that would explain why he went for masonry, because he wanted that stone. All right, so Ahsoka's heading north with his settler, and he probably should have founded right here, but he might found on that tile, and that would be quite good too. All right, so that's pretty good. He's going to claim that copper. So note that denies Justinian access to that copper, but of course he has another copper down here, and there's already a barbed city in Justinian's backlines. That could cause some irritation for him. So that means he won't get the furs connected anytime soon. Justinian does have his own settler out, though, so we'll keep an eye on that. He's going east, so he's going to go claim this iron spot over here. Yeah, Pataliputra is a good city. Great. I'd go so far as to say this is a great city. Plains Hill plant for the double production on the starting tile. It's got a 6 food pigs resource here. Has 3 floodplains tiles. Can cottage them or whatever. Has the copper. Look at these 3 hill tiles here for production. And it even has a sugar down the road for even more food. Yeah, so Ahsoka is going to be the early game leader in score. I can just tell you that right now. He's going to be leading the game in score for a while. The question is his diplomacy. I suspect he's going to be ganged up on. That's the only reason I haven't picked to be first to die. I actually love the way he's played the early game. Meanwhile, up here, Stalin is going to finish his own settler, and it looks like he's going to get Stonehenge, which is pretty good for him. He's someone who will struggle to pop borders in the early game, so with no religion and no creative trait or anything like that. So that could be a really smart build for him. Shaka's got his own settler out. He looks to be heading to the west now after dancing around a little bit. Wang Kon's got bronze working. Oh, and look at this. Another barbed city popping up here. Jeez. 2 of them right next to Justinian. Yeah, see, this is trouble for Justinian, right? He's got the barbed cities out. His expansion has been slowed. He's founding over here on the coast. Whoops. No, I don't think I... Oh, you're right. I did forget to give the barbs. All right, so we can fix this. We can fix this. I did forget to give the barbs archery. And then, did I do the diplomacy too? All right, we did do the diplomacy, but we didn't give them archery. Oh, okay, so let's fix this. Player, barbarian, text. Need to give them the text the AI start with. Where are they? All right, so they have hunting, wheel, and then hunting and archery. And then we'll replace these barb warriors with barb archers, because that's the way it's supposed to happen. All right, so barbarian. Add the archers. Thank you for catching that, you guys. Before 1, 2, 3, 4, and then at the other barb city. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. All right, so that should fix that. And Raging Barbs is not on, to answer that question. That was just for the wild card. So here's Justinian City. I mean, this is not a bad city, right? Good production, good food with the sheep and the fish, iron resource over here. So, yeah, I mean, like, none of that is a bad thing. It's just he didn't claim land towards the center of the map, and that could be an issue. So Shaka's about to finish Stonehenge. Where is his settler? He had a settler out. Oh, here it is. It's over on this tile. Stalin, you might want to get a little bit closer to the center of the map with some of these settlements. But yeah, he will build the Stonehenge. And Shaka, does he have... Alright, so he's pushing south. Alright, so that's going to be not the strongest city in the early game. Pretty good long term. And there's the Stonehenge build. I'll screenshot that for my notes later. Alright, so Stalin looks like he wants to claim this region, which will get him ivory. It's not going to be too helpful in the early game, though. Because, alright, yeah, well, just found on that tile. Banana gives him some decent food, though. He'll need to get to iron working and start chopping jungle. So bronze working is a good start there. Justinian's on bronze working, which is also important for him, so he can start clearing the forest tiles around his capital. And let's see what else is going on. There's a city south of Korea. Yeah, we saw this before, right? The new city is actually this one. This is the new city. Okay, that is a really dumb spot to put a city, Wang. What? Looks like he'd be trolling again, right? Like, out of all the places you could pick, why this one? I mean, it gets him ivory, I guess. But you would think that he could pick a better spot. And then Hammurabi's third city is over here. He went for the western coast. Yeah, looks like Hammurabi wants his own religion. I am not surprised. He is very, very, has a very heavy cultural emphasis. I believe his only research preference is just culture and nothing else. So, like I said, that's not that surprising that he's going for cultural stuff. Oh, you mean a barbarian city without archers? Gotcha. Yep. Good call. Some early barbs here. Early barb cities popping up. I feel like this is earlier than we usually see barb cities, but I could be wrong. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. There you go. All right, good stuff. So that'll give Hammurabi and Wang Kon something to deal with. So thank you again for catching that. All right, just about everybody's on bronze working, but Hammurabi's going to get the third religion. So that means likely if Ahsoka gets attacked, no help coming from Hammurabi. Over here, Justinian's building barracks because you certainly need barracks. We all know that. Anyone else building settlers right now? We're about to see the Great Wall from, what's his name? From Wang Kon. So Justinian, all right, there we go. Never mind, we do have a fourth city. So Ahsoka first to 4 down here. Like I said, he's winning the early game, but I expected him to win the early game. I just thought his long-term situation was not very good. So the reason why Ahsoka's capital is Bombay is because we have Gandhi in this game, because we are Gandhi. See? The observer civ is Gandhi. I switched the borders to white, but we planted first, so that's why. It is going to be interesting to see who gets this city, right? Like, because you expect Justinian will claim this one, but like this spot here, Illinois, is a pretty key location. And so we do have another city coming out from what's his name, from Stalin. And he won't get this connected, right? Oh, actually, this is not in jungle. It's just, oh, yes, it is. So he can connect it, he just can't cut down the jungle yet. So that's good for him. He'll be one of the first to force it. And look at this, Justinian. Those of you who are in Team Justinian, double settlers, that's a good sign from him. Get out there and start claiming that map. So Justinian, I guess, is doing a little better than I thought. These barb cities might mess with him, though. We'll see. Alright, so there's the third religion, the monotheism religion, picked up by Hammurabi. So all three religions are down in the south for this game. And our city sold a troll. That would be funny. Yeah, it would stop him from naming his capital Seoul if we had named our city Seoul, but that would be a little bit odd to do that. And he goes organized religion. So yeah, Ahsoka is already building copper units because he has that copper resource. And Shaka's on double settlers as well, which is also a good sign for him. Again, this is a really key spot here as to who gets this copper resource. Stalin should go claim it right now, but we'll see if he actually does that. And Justinian, it looks like he just pushed out his own batch of settlers. I think he did. Yep, here they are. He's a settler here and another settler here, so he's getting straight for Ahsoka. Or he was. Oh, never mind. He sent one back to his capital, kept the other one going. So he is going. You know what? He's proving me to be a liar. It looks like he is going to grab this copper pretty early on. All right, so he's doing better than I thought, and now I feel silly for not picking him to win. Well, we'll see. Still a lot of game to go. Wang Kon is struggling right now. New Barb City sighted. Did we have another one pop up? I'll turn off the resources for a second. So we have the two down there. Oh yeah, oh wow, we got a lot of Barb Cities, and these ones did spawn with archers correctly. Okay. We got a lot of Barb Cities. Boy, this one Hittite's awfully nice long term once the jungle's gone. Also grabs furs. Okay. So Stalin did grab the copper site, so he will have metals. He's going to struggle to get iron, but he did get the metals spot. And he does have Stonehenge, so that's nice for him. Alright, so yeah, Justinian picking up a key location, so he has a source of metals. But oh, never mind, he had iron, but that'll give him an early source of metals. And where's his other settler going? Because he built two of them. Justinian's also going after this Barb City, it looks like, with archers, so he'll get that one in time too. He has an archer promoted with cover to try and attack. Yeah, I'm surprised there's so many Barb Cities on this map. It's really shocking that there's 5 of them this early in the game. Well, we shall see. We'll find out what happens. It will be key who gets some of these spots, though. Wang Kon is struggling pretty badly. Like, I know his score doesn't look like that, but he only has the 3 cities. I think part of that is the lack of resources. He will get this iron, though, right? So he won't be totally resourceless, and he will get these horses. So he'll be all right long term. Just kind of a rough early game. Meanwhile, Shaka, he should have a settler out somewhere. All right, so he had just founded one there. And I think he has another, yeah, he has another settler here, too. So he's going double expansion. And he has positioned his cities in such a way that he is not going to claim the gold resource here. I saw that Go Barbs from Pancho in the chat, which I think is pretty funny. Anyway, Stalin, you need to build some more. Oh, and he did. Wow, look at this. Justinian did grab the gold resource as well. All right, so Justinian has proved me to be a liar here on my prediction. I said he would struggle because he wouldn't get an early resource, and he grabbed the copper, and I said he wouldn't have an early luxury, but he grabbed the gold. So, yeah, he's doing great right now, actually. At this point, Justinian's early game has been good enough that I'd say he is a strong favorite to win this game and make me look bad. Yeah, it's true. We can never underestimate Wang Kon. That's true. Stalin, why are you building a settler in that city? This is your lowest production city. This is a terrible one to choose. Why that city? You need to be building it out of your capital. Well, we'll see. Stalin really needs to get this city if he's going to have a serious chance to win. Otherwise, he's going to be behind the 8 ball. And Justinian's expanding again. Imperialistic trait for the win. So note that Ahsoka has slowed down in expansion after his early start. He has another settler right here, but he had the chance to run away. Oh, no, never mind. Grab this city up here. I was going to say he had a chance to run away with this, and he's not doing it, but now he's about to plop down 2 more settlers because he's got another one right there. And it's turn 50. So let's take stock of the game situation, shall we? All right, so if I zoom out on the world map, here's our view. Justinian has 5 cities. Ahsoka has 5. Hammurabi has 4. We're probably not going to talk too much about Hammurabi in this game because he's not that interesting. Shaka has 5. He's already in like the perfect cross pattern. Wang Kon only has 3 and seems to be struggling right now. So I'll take a picture of that. Yeah, Justinian's doing well. Like maybe he was the heavy favorite to win, and maybe that was for a reason, but he's looking good. Ahsoka, again, his score is great, but I would be distrustful of that score because his diplomatic situation is going to suck. So if you look at this, again, if you're wondering why so many of us have Ahsoka first to die, yeah, he's the worst enemy of Justinian, Shaka, and Stalin. So that could be a problem long term, and even Hammurabi does not like him because there's a separate religion. The only one who likes him is Wang Kon. So that could be a problem. Yeah, that could be an issue. We'll look at the bar graphs, but it's probably too early for anything too significant to be in them. Wang Kon's leading in GMP, Shaka is last. That is not surprising. Production, Ahsoka's first. Food, Ahsoka's first. Everyone else is pretty close. Power, Ahsoka's first because of his early copper resource. Again, that's not that surprising. Wang Kon is last. And in culture, the 2 civs that founded religion are high, and then the free culture from Stonehenge is pumping up Stalin. Okay, so that's about it. Why did Wang do so well? Oh, that's right, because Bismarck was his neighbor, and Bismarck was awful. Yeah, Bismarck was just deplorably bad in that game. So Ahsoka claims his 6th city up there. Again, he's doing great right now. It's just he's probably going to get ganged up on by the other leaders. Wang Kon's building the pyramids. Good call there. Stalin just slaved out his settler. So I guess that was his plan, was to build it and then slave it, which actually makes a lot of sense. This Barb city has lost 1 archer, so we'll see if anyone's able to... Oh, I didn't realize Stalin had a city way down here. Okay, well that's a nice pickup for him. It's a shame that there's a Justinian holy city so close that's going to control this iron, but that's really nice for Stalin. Now if he gets this city, he's in pretty good shape. I didn't realize he had another settler down there. Okay, so that's looking good. Shaka building another settler. Wang Kon, we already looked at him. What's Hammurabi doing? We've barely looked at him. He did get a 4th city over here. I mean, his land is not great. There's not a lot of rivers here. There's a lot of tundra. He's probably just going to sit in the corner and build wonders. I expect that that's how he'll play this. And he'll probably get killed at some point in the game. There's also people attacking this city, but I don't see this falling anytime soon. Oh, that's a... Huh. I was going to say, what the heck is that? But it's a bowman with the green coloring is really weird to see. I'm used to seeing it with purple, since that's Hammurabi's normal color. All right. So for the moment, everybody's just still expanding. We'll see when we actually get wars between them. I am also trying to keep an eye on these barbs. Oh, this barb city is down to just 1 archer. Oh my god, Wang Kon has some really highly promoted archers over there. I guess he probably got some good dice rolls here against this barb. Oh wow, he actually just flat out took it. Okay, well so much for that. Wang Kon gets a city via the barbs. Good for him, I suppose. Because he is struggling a bit. He just used his protective archers and just kept throwing them at that city until he captured it. This city's lost a barb archer, a defending archer as well. And now that Justinian has axes, he's probably going to just be able to start taking down these barbarian cities. He's killed 1 of the barb archers here thus far. So yeah, Wang Kon is, his score is quite high, but his score is so high because he's got a size 9 capital. That's the main reason. I guess he ended up, because he's got because he's got double happiness resources early in the game. That's why. Again, well, maybe if he can get some more land down here. Hammurabi hasn't exactly been expanding quickly. Maybe he can get enough land to be competitive. We'll see. Stalin grabbed another city over here. He's starting to expand nicely. I do think that the Stonehenge is helping him a lot. He's got another settler over production. Once he gets ironworking, he can cut down the jungle. That will help him by a lot. Like some of these civs that are jungle choked, that's what they really need, is just to start cutting the jungle down. Ahsoka, he's grabbed his fair share of land. I wonder how long before Ahsoka and Justinian go to war. Probably won't be that long until they do. And Justinian, okay, I was not expecting him to get a city up here. Jeez. Well done, Byzantium, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cities. He'll get this Barb city. That'll get him to 7. He can probably put one here for 8. That's pretty nice. Stalin, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Stalin's at 7, though. Shaka hasn't been expanding very fast, so there's still room for another city over here. We'll see if Shaka or Stalin gets this little region over here. And, of course, who gets this Barb city? Also pretty important. But Justinian has... and so Wang Kon finishes the pyramids. Justinian has done much better than I thought. I thought he was going to have a terrible early game, but nope, has not happened. He's got another settler over here, too. And now that he has swords, he should have no trouble taking down the archers. So Wang goes representation. That is probably the best way to use his pyramids. Also, Shaka looks like he's starting to build up for an attack here. Anytime you see a big stack of units like that, it means he's probably thinking about preparing something. But he does have a settler. You know, Shaka's mostly been settling towards Asoka and not towards Stalin, which is pretty significant. That's a late bronze working for Hammurabi. Surprising he went this long in the game without picking that up. Justinian's building a road all the way up here. Kind of funny. Yep, and Stalin's got another settler. Looks like he's going to grab this spot too. So I'm liking Stalin and Justinian's positions in this game. Temple of Artemis was just built by Asoka. I like these two. I mean, as an Ahsoka's looking good as well. It's just, I think, look at this. Ahsoka got a spot here. Like, are you kidding me? Look how far west this is. I guess it's roughly even between him and Wang Kon, but yeah, like Korea probably should be controlling this area if they want to have a serious chance in this game. Shaka about to declare on Ahsoka. I think that there's a good chance of that. Remember, Ahsoka is still the worst enemy. I also expect that Justinian's religion will spread to Shaka soon, and then he will convert to so that's a separate conversion. Hammurabi's religion just spread to Wang Kon. That's going to make him even more unpopular. But yeah, I expect that we will see the Christianity spread to Stalin, and Stalin did get this spot. Look at this. So he's done really well for himself. Now this city's going to be useless early on, but eventually that jungle will be cut down, and Shaka or Stalin. I hate Shaka and Stalin being in the same game. Their names are so similar. Eventually that'll be chopped down, and then it'll be a really nice city. The bananas for food, and then a whole bunch of grassland tiles. All right. Oh, and you know what we should do? We should refresh the map. That way we won't miss if there's any Barb cities getting captured. Where is it? Reveal tile mode. Here we go. All right. So yeah, Stalin and Justinian have done quite well for themselves. Justinian in particular is looking quite good. He's in the process of killing the Barb defenders here at Sarmatian, and then he's going to get a size 5 city. Yeah, down to just one defender left. Probably be able to take that. Oh, well, there goes another one elsewhere on the map. So that's a key capture, right? The fact that this goes to Korea and not to the Zulus. So Korea taking out the Barb cities, apparently. As Ahsoka continues to settle even further to the west. He's going to drop a city like right here. And for the time being, that Barb archer held. It got attacked by a sword, but it survived. So that will remain a little while longer. Also, by the way, Justinian building up his own army here. You can see he's got a whole bunch of swords over there. I expect him to throw himself at Ahsoka pretty soon. And Shaka as well. Look at this. I can't believe that this city is all the way over here. Like, are you kidding me? So Hammer builds the Oracle. Let's see what he picked up. Probably metal casting. Yep, he picked metal casting. Shaka settled New Korea too. Okay, yeah. So Shaka settled almost entirely towards Korea, and that allowed Russia to get more territory than they probably should have had. Stalin is still struggling with this Barb city, but now that he's out of room to settle, he'll probably start building some military and just go take that. He did finally build, get iron working, so he'll start chopping down jungle. Ahsoka's out trolling Wang Kon. Well, Ahsoka looks great. As long as, right up until someone starts attacking him, he looks great. But, it will be interesting. So this city only has one unit left in it. It'll be curious to see if Ahsoka or Justinian grabs this, because one of them is going to get this city. And it looks like it might be Ahsoka, because he's got an axe ready to attack. Let's see. Nope, did not win the dice roll. Ha, look at that. That was a key dice roll there. So the archer survived with 0.8 health, and then the city finished another archer in between turns. So now there's 2 archers there in there again. All right. So tension's building. Most of the map's settled now, along with this weird little tendril of Indian culture over here. Looks like, yeah, because basically the map is mostly full at this point. I mean, there's some more tundra cities left to be grabbed, but it's mostly settled at this point. Babylon does have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Babylon does have 8 cities. I wouldn't say they're high quality cities, but did end up with 8. Shaka only ended up with 6. He might get another one somewhere, but it looks like he's mostly out. Ahsoka has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cities as well, although much better cities. Justinian has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He will get that one for 8, as we mentioned. And Stalin has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He will likely get Hittite for another city, but that's not guaranteed. So most of them have around 7 or 8 cities, roughly. All right, so Justinian, yeah, we mentioned he would get that city, and he did. Now I expect he'll turn his army and head for Illinois. So we'll see if he manages to get that or if Ahsoka takes it. And yes, it does seem as though, look at all these units that Shaka is building. He's getting ready to attack someone. Here they are. Here's a stack. But the real question is, would he attack? Has Wang Kon become his worst? Wang Kon has become his worst enemy. That could be big. He's shifted who his worst enemy is. I don't know why, but he has. So it looks like he might be getting ready to attack Wang Kon, which would be significant if he's going after Wang Kon instead of going after, instead of going after Ahsoka like I was expecting him to. We shall see. That could also change down the road. I think for the moment, the big movement will be around this Barb City as to who gets it. Because Ahsoka killed one of the defenders. Great Prophet. Oh, that's from Stonehenge. Got the Great Lighthouse. It's a shame for him he doesn't have a shrine to use that on, but of course he doesn't. Zulu Korean, well, maybe. I mean, I think so. Shaka's definitely getting ready to attack. There it is. Just went across the border. So there's our first action of the game. I thought that Shaka would go after Ahsoka first, but there was always a chance he'd go after Wang Kon. We shall see. I don't expect him to make much progress, but you never know. Wang Kon seems to have more... Wang Kon already has Hwachas. Okay, this is not going to go well for Shaka. Yeah, is Shaka going to pop a religion? It's possible. I don't know what he's doing with it. Look, it's the Great Prophet. If you've ever wondered what the Great Prophet looks like when it's just running around in the wild, so to speak, here it is. All right. Well, we'll see if he burns it on a tech or whatever. Wow, that lasted a long time. He asked for help on the very first turn. Shaka is not pleased. All right, here they come. Well, Pyongyang's presumably going to have walls finished, and Ahsoka will use that on his shrine. So this is, yeah, that went about as well as you thought it would. Illinois was taken. Oh, so this city was taken by India, was not taken by Justinian. So that, like I said, could be important. Just one more city added to Ahsoka, one less to Justinian. The two of them are the clear score leaders right now. I was going to look at the power bar graphs just because we were starting a war here. So Shaka's higher for the moment. Justinian's top, Stalin's second. There's Ahsoka, and Hammurabi is not surprisingly trailing. Keep waiting to see if Stalin's going to start like marching an army towards this Barb City, which I expect he will. Stalin should stay out of war for the moment. He needs to cut down all the jungle in his territory before he attacks somebody. He did finish the Great Lighthouse though, so that's nice for him. How many coastal cities does he have? 1, 2, 3. Okay, nothing game-breaking right now, but a little bonus for him. A little bit more commerce. All right, so Shaka's attack didn't work. Now we'll see if the counterattack takes out his own city over here. This maybe this is what Wang Kon does. Wang Kon, after a rough early game, He founds another city. After a rough early game, maybe he takes advantage of a stupid Shaka attack and snowballs off of taking Shaka cities. It could happen. Maybe Shaka's first to die? Shaka claimed this city, though. Did I miss this or something? Maybe he just took this away from Korea. I think he just took that away from Korea. So if he gets that, then he is slightly ahead in the game. All right, so we'll sign open borders, sure. But yeah, so that's what we have at the moment. Ahsoka will continue running away with the game if no one declares war on him, though. He took it from Korea. You guys are right? Okay. And this Barb City is still hanging out there. Look at these Russian units. What are these Russian units doing down here? Maybe they're going for... They were probably going for a Barb City and just came up short. Shaka did draw first blood. He took the first city. It's true. This is going to be a hard city to hold, though, because it doesn't even control its own first-string tiles. That makes it tricky. Shaka should get city walls in there. What the... Oh. He just found in all the religions, isn't he? One of them was Code of Laws. One of them was a great prophet he burned on the theology religions. Where is Wang Kon? Yeah, so he has Code of Laws, and he also... Yeah, and theology. So that gets him a lot of score points that don't really do anything. Those religions shouldn't amount to much. The thing I was going to check was I wanted to see... because Stalin's on calendar, and I was checking to see how many calendar resources he has. He has 2. So he'll connect, yeah. So that'll be a boost to him. Well, 2 of the weaker ones in silks and incense, 2 of the worst calendar resources, but he has a bunch of bananas as well. Yeah, it looks like Stalin has got something forming up over in that area. How about Justinian? Is he preparing for war? It looks like he is. He's got a lot of... He's definitely building units most everywhere. So, yeah. So Justinian's gearing up. He's getting ready. Wang Kon might be the tech leader. He is going... All right, so look at this. He's going for horseback riding. He's got watches out on the field, so he has construction, right? Or are they at a different tech? I can't remember. No, he has construction as well. So he's going to... And with his ivory, he'll open up elephants. And that could spell trouble for Shaka if there's Korean elephants running around. We shall see, though. Yeah, Wang Kon might be the tech leader right now. So we looked at the power graphs a little while ago. You can check again if you'd like. Justinian and Shaka are or Stalin. Justinian and Stalin are the leaders in power. We'll just look at food. Yeah, Ahsoka's leading there. That's not surprising. Justinian second. GM. Yeah, okay. Wang Kon is definitely the tech leader. That seems pretty clear that he's leading in research right now. Probably fueled by his enormous cities. So this is where the pyramids can sometimes really be helpful. He's in representation, which allows him to grow his cities larger, and then allows him to work like these dyes that are 7 commerce tiles, and work these gems, which are 7 commerce tiles. So yeah, that's why he's doing so well. Representation got him larger cities, and then he snowballed from there into more and more commerce. Alright, so that's... Alright, so we were expecting to see that. I thought Stalin might wait a little bit longer, but Stalin joins the war. How long do you think until Justinian joins this too? Just seems like a matter of time to me. Alright, so this is not going to do much of anything. He needs catapults, or he needs the assistance of Justinian, but I think that he will get the assistance of Justinian. Like, this city is on a hill, has walls. This will not achieve whatever the goal of it is. And it looks like Shaka won a battle over here. But yeah, I expect Justinian to join this, and I expect Ahsoka. Yeah, I think he's actually already on his way to join this war. I see the stack already moving. Yeah, here it comes. Justinian's already on his way. Does Stalin or Justinian have construction? I don't believe so. Neither one of them is as far ahead in tech, so I don't believe so. Let's check, though. Not Shaka. Stalin. No, he's researching calendar, does not have construction. He's actually missing a lot of religious stuff. And then Justinian. He does not either. They're both on calendar. They may go for construction soon, though. All right, here we go, Illinois. Yeah, there's several units closing in on it, but I expect that right here is where Justinian's gonna declare war. Sounds like a deal, Hammurabi. Great, go back to building your wonders in the corner. Alright, so as expected, this is a two-way war. It's just not the three-way war I was thinking we might see, with Shaka joining as well. It was pretty predictable that there'd be a gang up against Ahsoka in this game. Now the question is, can Ahsoka weather the storm? Like, can he actually hold out here? Up here, there's one archer left. So I think Shaka is going to get this city because he moves before Stalin. Yep. So that city, that was slightly unfortunate for Stalin. The fact that he did not get that city. Also, yeah, so there's the barbarian city message getting printed out. But it looks like Justinian's going to grab one of these cities immediately because all that's left in here is a chariot. So that's the former Barb city. Yep, there we go. So the attack against India has begun. Where it will stop, we'll see, but it is difficult in these 2v1 scenarios. Ahsoka, again, he's tops right now, but going to be tricky. So there you go. First city of Ahsoka's to fall. Look at this city's going to be... there is a chance that this might just be liberated over to Shaka, or Stalin, because it's surrounded by Russian culture, but maybe not. Yeah, I mean, look, Ahsoka is not going to die anytime soon. It's a long way to go before anything like that happens, but long term, his situation's pretty dire. Just too many cities arrayed against him. He should be able to hold out until somebody else gets construction, though. Like, Stalin's got a big stack, but like I don't see them doing much against this city on a hill with 60% defense. Oh, never. Then again, half the defenders are chariots, so who the heck knows? Maybe if Justinian and Justinian and Stalin join in, maybe they have enough. Could be. There are an awful lot of units out there. Okay, so Shaka has gone to Hammurabi's religion. That's notable. That's pretty notable. We might have Christianity. It does mean that everyone now hates Ahsoka. But it is noteworthy in that he has adopted the religion of the Western leaders, not the Eastern ones. Shaka seems to be holding his borders pretty well over here. I thought Wang Kon's tech edge might allow him to win that, but he seems to be Shaka seems to be holding out for the time being. Yeah, Ahsoka tech's writing now and fishing. He's like, I have no need for these things. Justinian and Shaka are. Jesus, please let one of these sides die so I can stop getting confused with their names. Justinian and Stalin seem to be picking different targets right now, with Stalin targeting Pataliputra and Justinian, I'm not quite sure what Justinian's going after right now. Yes, we refuse to help you in your war. I'm sure the Observer Civ would have been of great help. For whatever reason, Stalin's just like hanging out over here. He's not going for construction yet. He's gone monarchy. And Justinian, let's see what he picks after calendar. We won't know until the next turn, I think. Wait, wasn't Stalin already Christian? Oh, no, okay. I had thought he already was Christian. I guess this is the first... I guess he wasn't, and he's finally switching over. He's building infrastructure in all his cities, which is a little bit weird. All right, so as expected, he now has Justinian's religion. All right, Justinian is not going for that city up there. Justinian's picked a better target, Varanasi. And is he on construction? No, he's also on monarchy. It looks like Justinian and Stalin have very similar tech preferences. And Islam is the Apostolic Palace. Who built it? Oh boy, that's going to give Wang Kon some trolling opportunities down the road. All right, so... it's turn 100. Let's see what we've got in terms of bar graphs. So Wang Kon is still leading the field in religion by a lot. And production, Ahsoka's tops. Food, Ahsoka's tops, although Justinian is on the rise here. Is emerging in second. Power, Ahsoka is spiking in power. That's noteworthy. Culture, about the same. And you guys like me to change the music, so that's okay. I think everyone has iron working by this point. All right. Shaka's on the attack over here. Wow, I mean, he doesn't have catapults, which he really needs badly, but he's got a lot of units here. Like, he's attacking into walls and against longbows. Well, I guess I should say longbow. There's only one. This might be enough to force his way through, just through sheer weight of numbers. Not on that turn, but, yeah. He almost made it. Lost a lot of units, though. That was a stack that just got absolutely slaughtered. Let's see, he's going to make another second attempt? No, he decided no. And Stalin is still just like hanging out here. Oh, here comes an Indian stack. Looks like it's targeting Justinian. Oh, Justinian made a major... So, Shaka was not successful, but Justinian... That's a major city. That's only 3 tiles from the capital. So it does look like Ahsoka is on the decline already. And Justinian is, yeah, I should have just picked Justinian. He is on the rise, let's just put it that way. This city now looks very badly exposed. I like the music in Civ 3. I have no problem with it appearing in this era. Oh, it looks like it got recaptured. So Ahsoka was able to take that city back. That said, it does lose all of the cultural buildings in there when it gets captured and recaptured. So that's still a sizable loss. Oh, Illinois got recaptured too. What the? Justinian just suffered a huge setback. He lost 2 cities he had taken. That's not good. Justinian, where's your cataphracts? Oh wait, he doesn't have any horses available. Whoops. Well, maybe someone will trade him some. Stalin has 2 horses. Maybe he'll trade some. Actually, it looks like he is trading some because I see Justinian's building a chariot. I bet he's getting a... someone must be trading him horses. Yep, he's getting horses from Shaka. So never mind. He'll be able to build cataphracts regardless. War and worst enemy. Yeah, Ahsoka's still pretty far ahead. It's true. The other alternative is Ahsoka is just so far ahead that he's able to hold off these double attacks. I still don't think that's going to happen, but I mean, it's possible. Part of the issue is there's no catapults on the side of... Alright, so yeah, so that war ended... Oh, well, for no apparent reason, even though it looked like Ahsoka was winning that war, he signs peace with Justinian and gives back Illinois. Again, I have no idea why he decided to do that, because it looked like he was winning that war. But for the time being, Justinian's out, and Stalin is still in the war. But Stalin really needs to get construction before he's able to do anything. He could be in some trouble just in a straight-up 1v1 against Ahsoka, because Ahsoka is quite strong. Yeah, this stack's not going to do anything. Justinian's still going through religious stuff on the tree. Ahsoka does not have castles. That's an engineering tech. That's further down the tree. Did he actually try to attack? Oh, hello. While we were watching the war over there, Shaka is able to grab a city against Wang Kon, and a key one. It's actually the Confucian Holy City. Shaka, off he goes. And that means Wang Kon's actually in some real trouble here. I wouldn't think that Shaka is strong enough just on his own to take out Wang Kon, but hey, maybe. Even though Shaka's way, way, way behind in tech. So Stalin tried to attack Pataliputra and did nothing, basically, except throw away his stack. He is on construction now, so that will open up the opportunity to make some progress in this war. But that that hurts Wang Kon's teching a lot to lose that city. That was one of his best spots from a research perspective. I mean, he lost a size like 12 city or something like that. And I'm also curious still to see what's going on in this war. Yeah, see now Ahsoka's starting the counterattack, it looks like. Seriously, stop asking for help. Where are we in terms of power right now? So Ahsoka's up near the leaders. He took a blow here from Justinian, but he's above Shaka at the moment, or he's above Stalin at the moment. Yeah, Shaka is exceeding. I agree. Well, I mean, let's put it this way: Shaka is still in last place in score. Let's not go too crazy here, but he's doing better than I thought against Wang Kon. For someone who doesn't even have catapult, well, he might lose this city right here. All right, so Wang Kon and Shaka made peace, so Shaka will get to keep that city. Now, one other thing you have to keep in mind is, remember, Ahsoka still has a religion that no one else practices. So, like, Hammurabi, where is he? He's not thrilled with Ahsoka. Like, he's cautious towards Ahsoka. So here's how people feel about Ahsoka, right? Cautious with Hammurabi, annoyed with Ahsoka. Let me back up. Hammurabi's cautious towards him. Justinian's annoyed. Shaka's annoyed. Stalin's furious. The only one who actually likes him is Wang Kon. So Ahsoka could still get attacked from Hammurabi. He could now get attacked by Shaka because Shaka just signed peace. He could get attacked by Justinian. Let's just say that there's a lot of people who dislike him. But if he's only at war with Stalin, he's not in the worst shape. It's a little bit like Victoria in the last game, how Victoria had like this awful diplomacy, but was still doing really well the whole game anyway. So the only war right now is between Stalin and Ahsoka. And Stalin looks like he might be in some trouble here, if he can't get some help soon. Because this is a pretty sizable stack. That said, this is a city on the hill with walls, so it can probably hold out pretty well under those circumstances. It just pillaged that tile. Justinian does look like he wants to go back to war because I see him building a lot of units. And Shaka is actually stopped for the moment to build aqueducts. Wang Kon's doing the same thing, but he's in kind of weak shape. And Hammurabi is building wonders. You'll hear me say that again and again. And Hammurabi's building wonders. There is a chance he could win this game via culture if everyone else just fights, and he gets a cultural victory. It's not impossible. Okay, so it looks like Ahsoka attacked and did not go well, because that stack got shredded pretty good. Justinian just finished his shrine, yeah. Stalin's going to get the mausoleum, though, and that's one of the game's nicer wonders. And does have construction at this point. So that particular Indian attack looks like it fell apart. Ahsoka, though, also now going for construction. So there's the statue of Zeus. And the mausoleum. Wow, two of the game's most important wonders falling on the same turn. Mausoleum and statue of Zeus. Okay. And Hammurabi's also going to get the music free grade artist. Okay, so Justinian's pulled back from unit mode and is into infrastructure mode right now. So is Shaka, which is kind of weird. Hello, welcome anyone who's just joining. So Ahsoka did not get the mausoleum. Made a bid for it, but it didn't work. All right, Ahsoka's back again for round 2. Doesn't seem to be working. Those two seem deadlocked, which is not that surprising. They're close, yeah. So like Ahsoka's slightly ahead. He's a little bit stronger, but not enough to make a difference. I expect that we might remain in this deadlock until someone else jumps into this war, which I, again, would expect would be Justinian joining the war. Not guaranteed, though. Like, this is a really tough city to crack. Just as Pataliputra over here is a really tough city to crack. They're both on hills. Like I said, Justinian is still... Yeah, he's in infrastructure mode. Shaka, how about you? We need you to do something crazy, Shaka. The game is too stable right now. Yeah, Stalin has definitely used his industrious trait to good use in this game. Like, Stonehenge was a smart build. The Mausoleum, I think, was a good build, too. I mean, obviously the Mausoleum does nothing until he actually gets a Golden Age, but I think it was a smart investment for an industrious leader. Okay, so Stalin just cleaned up that particular incursion into his territory. And yes, Hammurabi is still building wonders. We know that. Sistine Chapel. He is getting a lot of high culture wonders, though, so could be significant down the road. What's this? Justinian's got a big stack right here. Where are you sending these units, Justinian? Where did they go? Here they are. He's not actually going to attack Stalin, is he? I thought he liked Stalin. Okay, he is pleased with Stalin, so he will not... Justinian does not declare war at pleased, so he actually can't. Alright. He actually can't declare war. Also, Shaka just declared war on Ahsoka. I don't see any big Shaka stacks right on the border, so he was probably pulled into this... Oh, never mind. There it is. There's the stack. I was searching for it. There it is. I was going to say he got pulled into this war, but no, he didn't. That's his own decision. He wanted to fight this war. So remember, Ahsoka, great capital, was clearly going to be leading this game in score in the early game, but just such terrible diplomacy. Yeah, so there it goes. So Shaka snipes in one city, and we still have the question of where that huge Justinian stack is going to. They're right here right now. How's Justinian with Shaka? I don't think they love each other because they have separate religion. Let's see. Justinian is cautious with Shaka. Shaka is pleased with Justinian. Not that that means anything with Shaka because he will declare war at pleased. Alright. Reveal the tiles again. So I actually think Justinian's about to declare war as well because he moved all the way up here. I think he is... he's planning to do something against one of these AIs. No, he's still going further north? Where's he going? He's not going after Wang Kon, is he? That would be truly bizarre if that were the case. So again, one of the issues with Ahsoka, he's in a two-front war. His supply lines are like ridiculously long because he's fighting over here and he's also fighting over here. Shaka may have picked a good time to jump into this war. Stalin's mostly defending right now, but sooner or later he's going to move a stack out. Justinian attacking too? What's he doing? Where's this force going? Okay, so he moved here. Did he declare war on Shaka? Because that would be really crazy if that just happened. He just moved into, nope, he didn't declare war. Where is he going? I can't imagine why he would attack anyone other than Ahsoka. He really dislikes Ahsoka. Okay, he won't fight Shaka, but anyone else is eligible. I just can't get over where this stack is going. Stalin just pushed back yet another attack on him right there. He cleaned up another little Ahsoka force. And Shaka looks to be on the move again. Shaka still doesn't seem to have construction tech, though, because I don't see any catapults from him. Shaka just does it with weight of numbers. He just keeps throwing units against the enemy until they die. Yeah, I don't know where he's going. It's a pretty sizable stack. Maybe he is going for Wang Kon. It's just such a bizarre target to go after. He does have, so yeah, he has open borders with Shaka. I don't know, or maybe he's just attacking at Agra. That's a possibility too. Could be. Shaka's force is on the march. This city's pretty well defended, but it's not on a hill. Needs more than one longbow, I think. That's what it needs. Nope, still heading... Who the heck knows? Sooner or later we'll find out. He could be, yeah, could be looping around Shaka. It's just such a weird path for him to take. Alright, and now Stalin's on the march. He does have catapults now, so that would give him a chance to take Pataliputra. Maybe. And Shaka's moving around over here. He doesn't have catapults, so he's just going to attack right away. And yeah, that went about as well as you'd think it would. He did kill the longbow, but that was about all he killed. Kind of hard to make progress with swords against longbows in a city with full wall bonus. Full plus 50% wall bonus. And here's the Justinian force as it continues to march. Shaka's got more new stacks incoming. Ahsoka, I do think, is he's just going to be overwhelmed here with too many units coming after him. Especially if Justinian's attacking. Just too many places that he has to defend at once. Where in the world did that Byzantium stack go? It was over here last turn. Oh, it's in Nobamba. Yeah, it looks like he might be going for Wang Kon. That is such a weird thing to do. I cannot understand why he would do that. So the siege has begun at Pataliputra, and the city mostly has catapults on defense, which is not... Catapults are not a very good defensive unit. I mean, in like straight-up fighting, obviously they have a real purpose in defensive warfare, but not sitting in a city on defense. Let's see where this moves. Yeah, it looks like he's going for Wang Kon. I really am struggling to fathom this, but that does appear to be what's going on. Meanwhile, Shaka continues. Oh, okay. Most of Ahsoka's army seems to be up here, defending against Shaka. Poor Ahsoka, man. He's got so many people arrayed against him. All right, well, if there's going to be a war declaration, we should see it here in a turn or two. I mean, or either that or he's going for Hammurabi, and he's looping around in a ridiculous way to attack Hammurabi, which I suppose is possible. Whatever. Shaka, he backed off. He did not go for the attack there. Shaka, you need to get construction for your catapults, because you're going to struggle to take any territory. Yeah, he doesn't have it yet. You're going to struggle to capture anything until that's the case. Also, what's this? Hammurabi's got a... Hammurabi is about to join one of these wars, and it looks like it's going to be against Russia. Huh. This is... yeah. And finally construction for Justinian, too. Yeah, that was delayed. So Hammurabi joining this war. What the heck? Or joining war against someone. So Pataliputra is getting low. It looks like, yeah, it has not actually been attacked yet, as the Byzantine stack still continues wandering. All right, well, if it's going to attack Seoul, this would be the turn. All right, there it is. Justinian, he declared war on Wang Kon, walked all the way around the world to do it. Yeah, I don't get it. Very strange. Also, the defenses were... oh, we got to mark it in the war count, don't we? When I said I thought there'd be fewer wars in this game, I thought it would be because the AIs would choose logical wars instead of doing completely insane stuff that makes no sense. And Shaka is finally on construction, so WTF. Like, even if Justinian were to capture a city over here, how would he ever hold it? Like, how could he ever... they'd be have so many, such terrible maintenance costs, too. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense why you would do this, instead of just attacking Ahsoka, who's next door. All right, so we should see we should see Stalin attacking here at Pataliputra, either this turn or next turn. And he did take it, so look at that. That is a pretty serious blow. Look that now Ahsoka has dropped into 3rd place. And who is Hammurabi attacking? Is this going to be Stalin as well? I think it might be. We get the delay for one more turn. Yeah, Stalin's doing well. I mean, if he was getting help in this war against Ahsoka the way I thought he would, then this would be just like a steamroll. Instead, Justinian's doing God knows what over here. This city's going to revolt to Korea, probably, because it was taken from India, so there's nothing to stop it from flipping back. All right, here's the real drama. Is he attacking Shaka, or is he attacking... oh, wait, never mind. Is he attacking Stalin? These names are so similar, I keep tripping over them. Is Hammurabi going to attack Stalin or Shaka? Let's see. I think he's attacking, Stalin. That was what I thought, too. This is another war that doesn't make any sense. All right, so it's going to make Stalin's war a lot harder. Up to 6. Good news for Ahsoka. Shaka is still in this war too, right? Yeah. So Shaka is still fighting Ahsoka as well. That might allow Shaka to make some more progress, if he can ever get some catapults. What a weird situation this is. Yeah, we'll see if Hammurabi is able to have success here. It's going to take him a little while to take the defenses down, but he might be able to capture that city. Justinian is just wasting his time right now. He needs to get out of this war and focus on another target as soon as possible. Just say Zulu or Russia. That makes sense. It's a good suggestion. I agree. It's been a very non-decisive game so far. No one's like gotten rolled up yet. But I mean, the reason why that hasn't happened is because Justinian has chosen to throw himself against Wang Kon instead of joining the crusade against Ahsoka, which is what we thought we'd see. This attack has no chance of succeeding because there's no catapults in Shaka's stack yet. It does have them available and is building some, but he won't make any progress until that happens. Stalin's apparently getting ready to go on the offensive again, even though he's got his own city under attack here. Yeah, so he loses a city because he wasn't paying attention. So, hurts my Stalin pick. Why did you have to do that, Hammurabi? Why? Why did you have to be such a troll? All right. Whatever. There's one catapult in this new stack that's building. Justinian has not done anything against Wang Kon. Like, I haven't seen him make any progress whatsoever. So I've just been ignoring that war. Team Evil is playing like a bunch of jackasses, pretty much. Like, this game was set up for them to win pretty easily, but they've been struggling. As well as whatever the heck this is, going back and forth up here. Now Hammurabi is like turned his army around and is marching in the opposite direction, so who the heck knows what's up with that. Stalin looks like he might be able to recapture this. One sword against one chariot. Yeah, I have no idea why Hammurabi turned backwards here. Okay, so Ahsoka and Shaka made peace. No cities changing hands. So now Stalin's in the two-front war. Alright, so Stalin did get Vladivostok back. Yeah, power graphs would be helpful to check. I have no clue why Hammurabi turned around and walked in the opposite direction there. And Shaka is now available to declare war on someone again. So Justinian's first. Hammurabi's actually second. That's pretty shocking. Wang Kon's in last. So at some point, you'd think Justinian would start making progress in this war. I guess just the logistics are so awful that it's really hard for him. Yeah, Justinian, if you just need to sign peace and then go back to war with Ahsoka. That's what I think just about everybody in the prediction contest wants you to do that. Instead, he is continuing to send units to the other side. Oh, here's his big stack right here. Instead, he is continuing to send his units to the other side of the world for no reason whatsoever. And Stalin looks like he might lose this city, because looks like he might lose it to Hammurabi, of all targets. What is with this game? Why is it so bizarre? Why are the AI so stupid in this game? Yeah, Stalin is pretty screwed right now. Just due to like the dumbest diplomacy you're ever going to see in a game. I've been defending, like, we had some people saying in the forum thread at Realms Beyond, it's like, you can't predict these games, they're just so random. And I've been defending that and saying, like, no, you can still predict things, but, like, this game has been so stupidly random, it does feel like it's just crazy dice rolls left and right in this one. I just don't understand. Why is this so... whatever. I'm not going to complain, this is all for fun, it's just silly, but it's like... Why are they doing stuff that's so stupid this year? Yeah, it does feel like every Wang Kon game just makes no sense at all. Anyway, so Wang Kon is clearly the favorite for first to die right now, because in defiance of all logic, Justinian is running across the map to attack him. while Stalin now gets carved apart because his religious friend does nothing to help him. Geez, I felt really good about my prediction too, and I like the way it was playing out, but just Hammurabi's trolling and Justinian's trolling on cross-map plays has just made this so bizarre. Don't forget, Shaka is still not in a war right now, so he can jump back into war with someone. Who is his worst enemy right now? So Ahsoka is still the worst enemy of what's his name? Of Shaka. George Zukov has died in combat. So Pataliputra, which was captured by Hammurabi, has now been liberated over to Ahsoka, and so nothing has happened again. Oh, also I didn't even realize this. There's a Wang Kon stack over here attacking Illinois. Like, how many times is Ahsoka going to get saved here? Although it does look like a city is about to get taken by Shaka up here at Agra. So that's a weird place to have a capture occur. Like, Shaka, or Stalin's fighting the good fight. It's just the 2v1 is too much. Again, I really thought Ahsoka would be the one in the 2v1, and not Stalin, in defiance of all logic. But whatever, enough complaining about that. Alright, it's turn 150. The game makes no sense at all. Nothing in this game makes logical sense whatsoever. You guys are keeping track of how often I get Stalin and Shaka confused? Well, I suppose that's fair. So, turn 150. Wang Kon looks like he's going to be the first to die at this point. I can't see Ahsoka being first to die. Stalin is probably more likely to be first to die at this point than Ahsoka. It's because Wang Kon. Yeah, his games just they just seem so bizarre. So Hammurabi's first in GMP. Everyone else has been suffering recently as a result of the fighting. Shaka's last by a lot. Hammurabi's first in production. Food yield is very close for everyone except Wang Kon. Power, Justinian and Hammurabi are tops there. Wang Kon is last. Culture, okay. It looks like there's been 2 culture bombs fired off by Hammurabi. That's kind of interesting. Yeah, he fired one off here for some unknown reason. I guess he really wanted this iron resource down in the tundra. And it's very close in score between Hammurabi and Justinian for the lead there. Probably from system. No, that's definitely a culture bomb. He fired one off in Borsippa and also one in Nippur. When the bar graph goes like straight up, that's a culture bomb being fired off. That's not a wonder. Those build up culture gradually, not all at once. Yeah, the Hammurabi pick is looking. I mean, it's looking better for like Hammurabi first, Ahsoka second. Like that would have seemed extraordinarily unlikely at the outset of this game, but not impossible. We still have the opportunity for Shaka to jump into one of these wars. What happened to Wang Kon's invasion of Justinian? Oh, it looks like it failed. It looks like the attack at Illinois got pushed back. Good question. Here's the remnants of it right there. Okay, so Hammurabi, I see what you're saying. So like he's having a high GMP as a result of Sistine. That makes sense. I was referring to the point on the cultural bar graph where it just like jumped up, but yeah, that's a good point. So the next city to fall is probably Yaroslavl because it's being attacked by 2 AIs at once. Either that or Seoul, where Justinian's death stack is finally marched all the way around the world, but he has 2 catapults and there's 125% cultural defenses here, so that's going to be a very long siege unless he just attacks, which it does not look like he's doing. So Justinian's going to sit there for forever and a day. Is Justinian's MO to kill all the interesting civs? I would love to see Wang Kon out of this game. I have not enjoyed his performance in this season of Survivor. Yeah, I'm just disappointed that my pick is... Alright, so Stalin did get peace with Ahsoka. That's key. He gave back the city of Agra, though, in that peace treaty. So at least Stalin is now reduced to just fighting Hammurabi. He should be able to hold off Hammurabi alone. But any chance to make gains in this war has gone away. Still, that does mean he's not going to get conquered. Or it should mean that anyway. What a weird game this is. And anyway, Justinian will just sit outside Seoul forever in a day. So that still leaves Shaka. He's still not in a war right now for the time being. Is Wang Kon still way ahead in tech? I believe he is the tech leader still. Yeah, he is. Wow, he's got a lot of stuff. He's already picked up the economics free great merchant. I don't think anyone else is that close. Where's Ahsoka? Yeah, wow, Ahsoka's a long way behind. Hammurabi's a long way behind. Justinian's, yeah. Shaka doesn't even have civil service yet. Neither does Stalin, though. Yeah, Stalin and Shaka are furthest behind in tech. Justinian needs to grab guilds. Pick up his cataphracts. When engineering pops up, it is really bad for offensive warfare. So, let's see. Was there an attack here? No, not yet. Oh, yes, there was. Looks like it wasn't that successful. Well, actually, it looks like it was kind of successful. Either that or the stack was hit with a bunch of catapults. Justinian well, now he's up to 9 catapults, so that'll proceed slightly faster. I don't think this attack's going to succeed. I think there's enough defenders now, reinforcing. Although there are more elephants coming in behind the attack. We'll see. Yeah, Hammurabi's first in score. I don't think too many of us were predicting that. Let's see how much of the defenses are getting taken out each turn. 13%? Stupid castle walls. Yeah, there's some pikes in here now. So that's... These elephants probably are not going to succeed. Yeah, Wang's on nationalism. I mean, his teching rate is going to go down as he loses cities, which is going to keep happening. Geez, that's a lot of city garrison 3 longbows. Quadruple promoted longbows. Granted, they get the drill 1 and the city garrison 1 for free as a result of being protective, but that's some highly promoted units. All right, Shaka, you're building military in every city. Are you prepared to go back and troll Ahsoka again? So another battle at Yaroslavl got hit again. Heavy losses on both sides there, from what I can see. Yeah, Justinian is continuing to take over. Again, I feel compelled to point out that if this had been directed against Ahsoka, the way that we were all expecting, this game would be very straightforward and it would be proceeding just as we planned. But instead it's not. No, Wang Kon is still going to lose his cities. It's just... It's going to be going to take a while. All right, so that city does look like it is going to hold. So now we can finally watch this. There's now 15 catapults bombarding this city. Without trebuchets, yeah, you kind of need trebuchets to take out castle defenses. So Justinian did attack this turn. And he redlined a lot of the defenders. He took a lot of losses, though. Actually, I thought he had enough to push through here, but it doesn't look like he did. Unless he... It looks like he's going to come up short here at Seoul. Should have finished taking out the defenses. He only got them down to like 30%. Yeah, it looks like he... boy, he has bungled this game. Yeah, that whole attack failed. Wow, did he bungle this. He had the opportunity to easily ride to... he could have ridden to an easy conquest here alongside Stalin and Shaka, but no, he's decided instead to attack someone on the other side of the world. Yeah, that went pretty badly. I don't know about that. As far as weaker when you launch the invasion, I don't know. Maybe sometimes that plays into the AI's decision making. Stalin has completed Notre Dame. He's fallen back into the middle of the pack. Although, granted, aside from Wang Kon being really low in score, it's quite close in terms of the scoreboard. Shaka's got a big force here. I wonder, it's probably not too much longer until he attacks someone with this. It's like this is clearly where Shaka's force is gathering strength. Hammurabi's force is getting pretty highly promoted, but I don't think it's going to last too much longer here in Russian territory. Yeah, Justinian did get thrashed pretty badly. Although he did just start a golden age. Alright, so here we go. Yet another round. Shaka against Asoka yet again. Unfortunately, he's not going to get any help in this war because... yeah, Justinian is just like broken this game from what we thought it would be. His attack against Wang Kon just completely threw the game into chaos. Is Seoul on a hill? Yeah, so part of the problem is this is a city on a hill. If this were on flat ground, I'm pretty sure Justinian would have succeeded. But because it's on a hill, it gets very hard to crack. Also, Wang Kon is still leading the game in research somehow. I don't understand, but he is. How he's doing that, I don't know, but it continues to happen. Justinian, dude, just sign stupid peace with Wang Kon. This is really dumb what you keep doing. Just sign peace and join the war against Asoka or something. This is the stupidest game because you are insistent on attacking someone who's so far away you can't actually touch him. Whatever, man. Whatever. This stalemate... oh, yeah, what did he take with liberalism? Let's see. He has liberalized... it looks like nationalism. Pretty standard play. So, nope, he's back again with more units. He has no siege units here. There's no way to get through the defenses, so that's not going to work. At least get research guilds and get your cataphracts if you're going to try that. What a waste. This is the stupidest game we've had. And meanwhile, Hammurabi's like, okay, I will just sit in the corner and keep building wonders because the aggressive civs are failing miserably in their goals in this game. So Shaka does have catapults now. We'll see if he's able to have more success here against Lahore. So, oh, Shaka just lost a city. Okay, so this war looks like it's backfiring. Now Asoka's in the lead. Well, the spaceship was incredibly stupid. Like, the fact that game was like 4 tiles away from being won by domination and then came up short, that was really dumb. This game, though, the Justinian War on the other side of the world is just so frustrating because, like, the way that we all predicted this game, it's just frustrating to see a game that, like, is so set up to proceed in a logical fashion, like, proceed in a way that makes no freaking sense because the AI refuses to do anything that's smart. We did have something notable over here. Stalin cleaned up that Hammurabi attack, so maybe he'll sign peace with Hammurabi at this point. I doubt that there's going to be much more interest from Hammurabi. But Shaka might be in a position where this could backfire really badly, his war against Asoka. All right, well, so they've traded cities now. Lahore for Arian, however you pronounce that. So, maybe not. Shaka also looks like he's in good shape to recapture this city. Alright, so Stalin and Hammurabi signed peace. So that whole war just really slowed down Stalin enormously. He didn't end up losing any cities long term, but like he was in the process of grinding down Asoka, only for that to fall apart. So, yeah. And that city, okay, so Shaka did get that city back. And Ahsoka, okay, so maybe Ahsoka is still in some trouble here, perhaps, as he keeps building wonders. Again, if Justinian would stupidly just freaking sign peace and join this conflict, we could be in better shape here. Now Shaka needs to rebuild, and then now Stalin needs to, you can add it to the counter, you guys. Stalin needs to join this war against Ahsoka. The Shaka plus Stalin pairing would probably be enough to defeat Ahsoka. Would probably be enough. It does appear as though this war caught Ahsoka off guard. Yeah, because Ahsoka took a pretty big hit, and Shaka's power seems not to have diminished at all. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Shaka signed up Stalin for war. Stalin probably needs a little time to rebuild his cities because he took a sizable beating and all that, but there's a good chance. I mean, the relationship between Stalin and Ahsoka is not very good. Hammurabi pretty much just saved Ahsoka by doing that. That war, yeah, mostly saved Ahsoka's life. And of course, the ongoing whatever the heck the Justinian War is also, of course, has saved Ahsoka's life. Ahsoka does have knights, though, and I don't believe that Shaka has access to knights. No, Stalin will, but Shaka does not. Here comes the latest Byzantine stack, off to go and attack the walls of Seoul and just get killed. A lot of great people being born. Alright. Shaka, excuse me, has a force down here, but don't expect to see much. Unfortunately, this is the era of castles, so it's going to be very hard for anyone to make much progress in an offensive war right now. Justinian could with cataphracts, I think. Unfortunately, he's once again skipping guilds tech, it appears. Like he did in his opening round game. Yeah, he's got guilds available, but he's not researching it. So Wang gets the Tashma. It is really weird seeing the last place Civ be the tech leader. Wang Kon only has 1, 2, 3... He only has 4 cities on the map, and yet he's still leading the game in tech. That's... I guess that's Wang Kon logic. His stuff never seems to make sense. Here, it looks like Shaka's main stack is up here now. Okay, whatever. He still has a bunch of impies in this stack, which is pretty funny. This is not enough to capture this city, especially with no siege in the stack. I hope he's not stupid enough to make that attack. Well, he was stupid enough to make that attack, so it did about what you'd expect, which is nothing. Dude, you can't attack cities that are on a hill with longbows in it unless you have... I thought we already had I actually thought we already had liberalism discovered. That was Hammurabi who picked up liberalism? Oh, he went for astronomy? Okay. I still think someone... I do not think... I was going to say I don't think Wang Kon survives to the end of this game, but maybe he does? I still think someone's going to die in this game. Maybe Ahsoka is still most likely to die. It's been a very hard game to figure out. As usual, Shaka has built a ton of units. Yeah, he redlined some of the defenders, but he didn't kill any of them, not surprisingly. Stalin does not appear to be in war-making mode right now. Justinian, yeah, still doesn't have anything. I guess he's got a force here that just attacked and limped back. He has been spectacularly incompetent in this game, Justinian. So Shaka just signed peace. He did not give his city back, though. All right. So you requested beakers. Ahsoka's at 214. Hammurabi's at 411. Justinian's at 243. Shaka at 133. Stalin at 187. That's not good for either of them. Wang Kon at 433. So Wang Kon and Hammurabi are researching at about the same rate, roughly. So the only war that's still ongoing is Justinian and Wang Kon. They're still fighting each other in a war that serves no point and has seen no progress on either side. It's like, and remember, Justinian will not join another war. He is at least on guild, so thank goodness for that, for his sake. He will not join another war until he ends the current one that he's in, one way or another. And we can refresh the map. I don't think too many cities have changed hands, so there's less of a need to do so. It just feels like this game has been stuck in stalemate, like for so many turns on end, with like just no progress being made towards anything. Like this force is nowhere, like that force is never going to capture. Oh, hello. Well, that could also happen. Ha ha ha. So that's one way to get out of this. Have Ahsoka declare war on Justinian. Now, this could be great news for Shaka and Stalin. Now Justinian will stop attacking Wang Kon, and now he'll actually attack. Now he'll actually attack Ahsoka, and he's one turn away from guilds. That's good news. I suspect Shaka and Stalin will be back in this war at some point soon. So technically, this is still a two-front war. But mostly it just means, and there Stalin got his golden age, which is mausoleum enhanced. He seems to be building knights in all his cities. All right, well, that's going to shake things up a little bit. Yeah, right as Justinian gets to guilds, is he building cataphracts? He's building mostly grocers, but he perhaps will go for cataphracts after that. So this should be fun to watch. Now maybe we'll finally see some more action. Also, Stalin just declared war, yeah. Alright. So, things just turned against Ahsoka in a pretty big way. Now they just need Shaka to join in to get the party started. So, yeah, now Stalin will use his Golden Age, presumably, to build knights and other units. This is going to be a difficult hold for Ahsoka. Maybe we're finally going to see some movement, because, yeah, here's Justinian, here's Stalin, and Ahsoka is below each of them. All right, let's see. Justinian he'll need to take a little time to put a stack together because he wasn't planning to invade, but sooner or later he likely will. Also note that Shaka's in second place right now. I feel compelled to point that out. Shaka's research rate is absolute garbage, but he is still. Oh, here's Shaka's main, or here's Stalin's main stack. I swear to God, I hate the fact that these two are in the same game. The name is just too similar. And no, I can't just call them Russia and Sulu all the time. All of the Byzantine units have like disappeared now out of, well, there's still this force here, I was going to say, but mostly they've disappeared out of this part of the map. If Justinian were really smart, he would just build nothing but cataphracts and enough siege to take down city walls, but he will build other units. Like, there's no reason to build, what was it that I saw him building? I guess he might want like 1 or 2 pikes, but like he really doesn't want very many. He should just be going cataphracts, 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 since that is the best unit that he can build by a very wide margin. I guess Ahsoka is trying to attack this city that's not very well defended up here. That said, Pataliputra is being targeted. Going to take forever to take down the defenses, though, because there's castles everywhere by now. That said, it's going to be hard for Ahsoka to defend this, considering how many units there are on the offensive. All right, and finally, we see that happen. That war only lasted like 100 turns. No, it wasn't quite that long, but it was a lengthy war. So now Ahsoka is just in the straight 2v1. think Pataliputra is where the main action is, at least until Justinian gets his forces together, which he will, sooner or later. I guess the Trebs are slowly starting to take out the defenses. Slowly. It's like, now finally. The whole chat's like, Jesus, finally. The question will be, though, is Hammurabi too far ahead by the time this war is over? We'll see. Worst enemy of Ahsoka and Hammurabi. Interesting. Ahsoka's survival may be contingent on Hammurabi jumping into this war, which I really hope does not happen. So, where's Justinian's main stack? I guess he has to rebuild it. But like, he has cataphracts. I don't see them out on the map yet. I mean, there's one. I guess he just kept losing his army repeatedly against Wang Kon over there in the west. So there are 5 trebuchets here, so they're doing a pretty good job of knocking down the defenses of Pataliputra. Yeah, I guess 5. Oh wow, and Agra just got captured up there. I didn't even see that. Oh, maybe that's where Justinian's main force was. Okay, so that city got taken. Pataliputra looks like it's going to be the next one to fall. I think it's going to get captured on this turn here. It got recaptured, but it might get captured again. Alright. So Pataliputra got taken out too. And we'll refresh the map, as you guys wanted. And if you wanted to see the bar graphs, let's see how much power Ahsoka lost. Yeah, Ahsoka lost a lot of power. He's going down, down, down. Although Shaka's spiking, by the way. I don't see him building a lot of units now, but his power is going up. So don't be surprised if he tries to join in this war again, too. So we might finally be seeing Ahsoka's downfall here, which we predicted from the beginning of the game. Stalin is going for rifling as well, which is key. If he can get his Cossacks, that would be really, really nice for him. So maybe he's going to get Agra instead of it falling to Justinian. Ahsoka does move first here, so he just had a chance to reinforce, but I still think this city is toast. Yeah, there's like nothing left here. His golden age did wear off. Justinian, you're so useless in this game. You didn't get much of anything out of that war. But Stalin now has enough of an upper hand that he might be able to just win this war regardless. Alright, so he takes Agra as well. So Ahsoka seems to be in really serious trouble. Now all we would need is for Shaka to join in this war. Because Shaka is pretty high in power. Shaka is really far behind in tech, but he is doing well in terms of power at the moment. Yeah, Ahsoka is actually... He's I didn't even realize that he had been losing cities, because I forgot he lost these cities earlier to Shaka. And Arian up there to Shaka. He's down to only 1, 2, 3, 4. He's down to 6 cities left. That's not a lot at this stage of the game. Stalin has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and he just picked up 9 and 10. It really is a shame for Stalin that he didn't get this city. That would have been a very nice pickup for him earlier in the game, but he just fell just short. And it looks like this is where Shaka's main army is, right there. So if Shaka's going to move, that's probably where he's going to move from. Fortunately, Shaka and Stalin seem to be pretty good friends in this game. Yeah, they're pleased, but that again, both Stalin and Shaka can declare war at pleased, so that doesn't necessarily mean anything. At the moment, the only war seems to be Stalin against Ahsoka, and yes, Stalin is on rifling. Shaka also just asked us to cancel deals with Ahsoka, so it looks like he has a grudge against Ahsoka. I mean, they've been to war like 5 times in this game. He's got another little force over here, too. Might be going for Vijayanagara. Stalin is still regrouping from his last offensive. He hasn't put together another force yet. But I do love the fact that Stalin's on rifling. Then he only needs military tradition, and his Cossacks can be off and riding. All right, there it is. So that pretty much dooms Ahsoka in this game. With Shaka joining as well, there's not much chance he can hold out. I'm going to be way off on the war declarations counter, aren't I? I thought we'd have few decisive wars. Instead, we've had tons and tons of indecisive wars. So there's a Shaka stack there, and there's another Shaka stack. Here's his main stack right here. And Stalin, I don't know where's Stalin's main force. Maybe he doesn't have one out on the map right now. He's probably assembling it somewhere. I think, here it is. Here's Stalin's main force. Stalin's going to be going for Calcutta next. Yeah, sorry, we're not listening to you. Oh, it's turn 200. Turn 200 with no deaths. No, we've made it further than this before. We had one game in the Season 2, the game that Gandhi won in Season 2, where we made it almost to the end of the game with no one dying. And then finally Gilgamesh got eliminated at like almost turn 300. Something like that. It was very late in the game. Alright, so we'll do our check of the bar graphs. Yeah, Ahsoka's score has been dropping. GNP, Hammurabi, again, a lot of it's probably culture, but he is leading. Wang Kon is still second. Shaka is last. Shaka's GNP is awful. Production is very close, except Wang Kon has no production for some reason. Food is close. Shaka, wow, Shaka's really emerged as the top in food. I didn't realize he was that far ahead in cities. Power, Shaka's first. Stalin's second. Ahsoka has been getting crushed. Culture. You know, Hammurabi to win by culture is looking like a realistic possibility in this game. It's only turned 200 and he already has 3 strong cultural cities. And let's look at the tech trees for the moment, shall we? So Ahsoka has picked up gunpowder. He's just entering the Renaissance, essentially. He's wasting his time on Divine Right, but he's entering the Renaissance. Hammurabi is further ahead. He's making a bid for democracy. He already has astronomy and corporation. He did get the liberalism free tech, so he's looking pretty solid. Justinian also going for democracy. He's like early Renaissance. Justinian has military tradition, which he could have skipped because, well, I was going to say he could skip that because the cataphracts are basically cuirassier anyway, but he doesn't have gunpowder, so he wouldn't be able to build them regardless. Justinian, okay, Shaka is, wow, he is behind. He doesn't even have drama yet. He can build knights, though, so he's pretty caught up on actual units. Stalin, excuse me, you can add it to the counter, I know. He is also early Renaissance, but he's beelining for rifling. We'll see if he goes from, he's a little ways away from military tradition, though, which is unfortunate for him. He needs philosophy, nationalism, and military tradition to get Cossacks, but it's in the realistic possibility, and rifles are not terrible either. Wang Kon is roughly equal. Wow, he's going for physics. Jeez. Okay, he is not going for rifling. I still think he and Hammurabi are pretty close for the tech lead between the two of them. I predicted few wars as well. I didn't think there'd be a lot of wars because I thought Ahsoka would just get run over and die quickly, but because he has not been run over, there's been a lot of wars. So anyway, that's where we stand right now. Shaka's got Vijayanagara under siege. All right, so Stalin's Doom Stack is pushing forward. He should go for Calcutta. He's probably going for the capital of Bombay. This is the logical next city to go. It's not very well defended, and it would then fit in well with his current territory. All right, and the Observer Civ gets a tech, so. Oh yeah, and you guys requested medieval music. That's fine. This is a good time to do it. Turn 200 is a good time. All right, first medieval tech. What's the one I usually pick up? Metal casting is not medieval. Machinery is a medieval tech. Everybody already has machinery. So we'll just keep the camera focus here for the moment and watch as Shaka attacks at Vijayanagara and as Stalin pushes on the capital at Bombay. He only has one trebuchet. He's going to get stuck there forever. Hopefully he'll bring in some more siege units. because otherwise he's going to be bombarding like 4% per turn at a city that has 100% cultural defenses. Yep, 4%. Come on, Stalin, step it up. Or get some more trebs down there. In any case, though, Vijay Anagara is under siege, and Shaka's done quite well for himself. If his teching wasn't so awful, he might be one of the favorites to win. At this point, Shaka's best hope would be to win by domination. And he just triggered a golden age, too. Note, and so, by the way, if you're wondering why Ahsoka often gets rolled up and killed, this is why. He's being attacked by 2 civs at once. What does he build? Research. What the heck is he doing? Why is he building research? Makes no sense. So it's not that the evil leaders are better in this game, it's more that the high piece weight civs kind of need each other to be in the game in order to do well. This game had like a 3-3 split, but because all of the high piece weight civs were clustered on one side, it kind of allowed the lower piece weight civs, the evil ones if you will, to gang up on the high piece weight civs. Alright, so next turn Vijay Anagara is going to be attacked. And then that will probably be it. Justinian, you weren't in slavery? What were you doing? He does have some nice cottages in his core. I also founded Trebizond down there. So this should be it for Vijay Anagara. Alright, Shaka takes it as expected. Now Ahsoka has dropped to last place in score. And, oh, here comes a stack with a rifle leading it. That's pretty funny. But yeah, Shaka's now taking the score lead. Didn't expect that, did you? Yeah, and with rifles on board, that's going to make it that much worse. I'm hoping Stalin will capture more of these cities and have a chance to win this game. But Shaka looks like he's taking more of them at the moment. He's already moved on to the next city. He has no siege in this stack, so he'll probably just attack it, which would likely mean that he'd capture it. I think. Let's see. Oh, he just rolled up Trebs, so maybe he'll wait. Nope, he did attack, and it looks like he killed almost all the defenders. Yeah, he killed most everything in there. So Shaka's taking losses, but he's like sacrificing losses to get territory faster, and that's usually worth it for the AI if they're in the process of winning a war. Ahsoka, I mean, he's going for rifling, but he's not going to get there. He's too slow. So that'll be another city for Shaka, I think. If not on this turn, then in a turn or two. He just removed the defenses. Meanwhile, the slow siege of Bombay will sooner or later will come to a close. There's more than enough forces to take this. Unfortunately, the fact that there's only one trebuchet is really holding this up. It's allowing Shaka to get more of the spoils of this war. Yep, so there goes Hyderabad. And Ahsoka is almost eliminated at this point. Shaka put that Golden Age to good use. Great spies being born. Yeah, so this is long-term. This is really terrible news for Wang Kon and Hammurabi, because it means with Shaka and Stalin getting so strong that they are likely to be the next targets. Oh, I see what you're saying. Maybe that's why he's building. Hammurabi, yeah, Hammurabi will likely get these, at least some of these cities. We'll see. Hyderabad, no. Vijay Anagara, yes. Or no, actually, you're right. Nipper's borders do extend all the way out to that tile. So we'll see. That will, or it could just serve as the rationale for a future conflict between the two of them. That's possible too. Like that might induce Shaka to go to war. This city is still slowly being bombarded. Where are your siege units, Stalin? You just needed a few more siege units. Diwali was yesterday. Yeah, that's true. I did hear that Diwali was just was this week. Not much to celebrate in India. So here's 9 trebs from Shaka. It would be really sad for Stalin if Shaka gets this city after he stood outside it forever. But that might happen. Because Shaka was smart enough to bring trebuchets along with him. Remember that Shaka does move first in turn order. It also could be a situation where Shaka moves first, he bombs the defenses, then Stalin goes in. I think Stalin has more than enough to capture the city. He just has to do the actual attacking. Alright, so Stalin did get it with an assist from Shaka there. And now there's more stacks en route to Calcutta. Yeah, so Ahsoka will be first to die, and that makes me feel better since I did pick him first to die, along with a whole bunch of you. I think about almost half had him first to die, and it's like sanity is slowly restoring itself in this game. Stalin's on military. By the way, Stalin on military tradition's big because that'll unlock his Cossacks. I literally don't know what to say. Justinian's like, no, I will attack Wang Kon. I will keep banging my head against this wall. I'm gonna do it. Maybe. Maybe this time it'll work. We'll see. Why no Civ4 multiplayer content? I don't have any to report on. I don't have anything to add as far as Civ4 multiplayer content goes. Alright, so Shaka just ran over that city. Shaka is getting most of the spoils. Not all, because Stalin got Agra, Stalin got Pataliputra, but Shaka is getting more out of this war. And he's already right on to the next city, Varanasi. Sure looks like he's going to be the one to get this. Get the kill here. Stalin has like 2 units outside this city. Wang Kon is not going to take any of Justinian's cities. Wang Kon is probably going to die now that Justinian actually has cataphracts, which is what he should have had in the first place before he got engaged in this fighting. There is a small chance that Stalin could vulture this city, but it's extremely unlikely given the much larger army that... No, Shaka's going to get that. Here comes Justinian. But I think Varanasi might fall on this turn. The Industrial Pit Boss I did, it was a great game. I said all along I would like to write it up, but it involves so much time writing up those games. I don't always have time to do that. Like if I just do nothing but write up games, I don't have time to play games. It was something that I wanted to do, but it involves so much work. I just didn't get around to doing it. It was a project that ultimately I just didn't find the time to do. That's really all I can say. I just couldn't find the time to put that together. All right, so all the defenses are gone at Varanasi now. I suspect that Shaka will now send in his forces and he will capture this city. All right, so another city falls. Yep. Seoul's down to 10% defenses too. So we'll have a race to see who gets the kill down here at Bangalore. I think Shaka's going to get the kill because he has a little stack right here. 3 turns until Korea becomes invincible. Well, not invincible there. Wang Kon is going to get rifling to slow this down a little bit, but he still just lost. Wang Kon still just lost his capital. So there that goes. Yeah, Wang Kon's on his way out. There's not much question about that. And it looks like Stalin's going to get this kill because he does not have siege, and that's a good thing in this case because he'll just throw his forces at the city, which has almost nothing in it for defense. All right. Yay! Stalin gets 1 city down in the tundra. All right, I feel better now. The sanity has been restored to this game as Ahsoka gets eliminated with Stalin picking up the kill. So turn 224. Let me write that in. First eliminated Ahsoka. Turn 224. Let's see, Ahsoka. And I got to mark the kill for Stalin. Stalin had 3 kills in his opening round game, so that is his 4th kill on the season. He is looking to be one of the favorites for the Golden Spear Award, which is whoever gets the most kills. All right, so Ahsoka first to die. Wang Kon will be joining that soon. Justinian also had 3 kills in his opening round game, so he's also one of the top favorites, and he's likely to pick that up. Justinian needs... So we'll take a look at the diplomacy after this, like a big look at the diplomacy after the... Wang Kon gets eliminated, but we can take a quick look right now. So Wang Kon's going to be the next one out. Stalin hates Hammurabi. Oh, this is not looking good. Here's how everybody feels around Wang Kon. Everybody detests him. Here's Hammurabi. Cautious, hates, and Wang Kon likes him. Shaka will declare war at please, so he can attack anyone. Stalin will declare war at please, so he will attack anyone other than Justinian. So Justinian and Stalin won't attack each other. Everyone else is fair game. Like everywhere else in the game, you can see fighting happen. And Shaka is on rifling, so he's about to get rifles as well. Note as far as the religious game goes that Justinian and Stalin have the same religion. They do not share religion with Shaka. I expect that Hammurabi will be the next one targeted in the next round of wars, but we'll see. Shaka could always do something crazy, like say he wants to attack Stalin or something, or attack Justinian, or I mean, Shaka can attack anyone. Well, Shaka currently dislikes Hammurabi the most. Even though they have the same religion, he still is cautious, so he is most likely to declare war on Hammurabi at the moment. In the meantime, though, Justinian should be in the process of wrapping up this war against Wang Kon, who does have rifling, but okay. Or Shaka could join this war too. So much for the low number of war declarations. Alright, Shaka is just like, I'm joining this war too. I don't think he even has any forces in range. I think he's just pulled in by Justinian. So yeah, don't expect to see much more of Wang Kon. His trolling has finally caught up to him. And we're going to have Byzantine territory off in the west. This city actually could get captured. I was going to say that city could actually get captured by a longbow, but no, because Justinian had more units over there. And Hammurabi finishes the Statue of Liberty amongst all this. What? Oh, that was the Tundra city. Okay, so that was not a big deal. I was like, why is he giving away a city? It was a little Tundra one. That Barb city from early in the game still sitting there. As far as domination goes, Shaka is not really close at this point, but you know, if he runs over Hammurabi, it would bear, you know, we'd want to keep an eye on that. Yeah, he got 3 cities in 1 turn. That's correct. I think Justinian is... Okay, enough. I think Justinian is actually the furthest behind in tech right now because Shaka picked up rifling. Justinian adopts police state. Well, he took over the pyramid. That's why he can do that. He did not actually research up to fascism yet. Somehow with Wang... Yeah, it is weird, right? The minute that Wang Kon dies, it's like suddenly sanity is restored. It's very true. Very true. That is odd. Also, we're not going to have an early finish, so my prediction of an early finish does not look likely to happen. Not unless one of these leaders just rolls with domination, like rolls over everybody with domination. Because like we're going to have a 3-way split here between Justinian, Shaka, and Stalin, and with Hammurabi doing whatever. And the question is kind of going to be how the diplomacy breaks down between the 3 of them. I don't expect... Yeah, Justinian almost to calves, it's true, because he already has military tradition. I don't think Hammurabi is going to last long-term in this game. By the way, where are the Byzantine forces? It's like these 2 cities sitting here. Where's Shaka? Where is Justinian? They are still at war with Wang Kon, aren't they? Yes, they are still at war with him. Because like I see some small stacks here and there, but like where's all the rifles? Maybe they were stopping to upgrade or something. Hammurabi builds the Kremlin. I'm like, where are the armies? What are they doing? So Stalin is mostly on peaceful stuff. I see lots of cuirassiers being built by Justinian. Shaka is actually building a lot of research. That's weird. Shaka has a huge military. I don't know. They must be walking their way back from former Indian territory. Yeah, all right, there they are. Or some of them. Actually, that's just a wee little stack. That's not a real force yet. I am surprised. I don't know quite what Shaka's doing. He has not been too fast to push this latest war, but sooner or later he will show up. Here comes Justinian with more trebuchets. As far as Hammurabi, wow, Hammurabi's got a lot of calves running around. Awful lot of calves. I don't think, even if you were to jump into this war, I think it's too late to try to save Wang Kon. But you never know. I was going to say there's a green dot on the minimap. It's a spy. It's a Babylonian spy up there. Yeah, I've been trying to keep an eye on the culture thing long term for Hammurabi. I mean, so he's got 3 cities around 10,000, 11,000 right now. So, like, he's not close yet, but it's not out of the question. That is Hammurabi's best chance at winning, because I don't think he's going to win via space. He's definitely not going to win via domination. And diplomacy is pretty laughable, the notion that Hammurabi would be able to win diplomatically. Yeah, I don't know what Shaka's doing. Shaka's got a big army, but it's just like not attacking with it for some reason. I have no idea. Maybe he's just upgrading it. All right, here's Shaka's Doom army, and there are 138 units on that tile. So, like, Shaka's got the units if he chooses to use them. There's not much question about that. He has them sitting. I almost wonder if he was going to attack Hammurabi and then he got pulled into this war and like his AI now is super confused and has no idea what to do. Alright, Pusan's down to just 12% left. Alright, yeah. So that suggests that Shaka was not actually interested in that war. Like he was probably planning something else. He's in the process of still upgrading that force. And he's about to get military tradition for turn his knights into calves. Alright, but Justinian is still interested in this war, so he'll take Pusan, and then it's just one more city to go that just has a couple rifles in it. Yep, as Rayson said, he was probably pulled into a war he wasn't planning. That is the most likely explanation. So we continue to watch this little corner of the map as we've been watching for a while now. Alright, here comes Justinian. The middle of this map is like very confusing in terms of culture. Including that little foot of Zulu culture that extends down in that direction. Oh, and here comes Stalin. Did he just declare war to? All right. Well, yeah. Let's just keep declaring meaningless wars here. Go ahead, Stalin. Maybe you can steal the kill credit here. We'll see who gets this. That would be funny if he stole the kill from Justinian. I don't think that's going to happen. Justinian moves first in turn order before Stalin, but who the heck knows at this point. And yes, there are Cossacks on the map. All right, who's going to get it? All either side has to do is just attack. Instead, they seem determined to sit there and bombard with their trebs. Well, someone's going to capture this city. It looks like Stalin actually attacked, but I don't think he took the city. Oh, never mind, he did. Poor Justinian, he has a kill vultured away from him. Stalin slips in at the last second and takes it. Well, Justinian still got most of the cities. Okay. So that's another kill for Stalin. Jeez, he's up to 5 now on the season. Even if he doesn't make the championship, that's pretty good stuff. All right, Wang Kon, the next one, he finishes in 5th place, I guess. All right, and the turn is 248 for Wang Kon. So long to the troll. All right, that was such a garbage steal of a kill. Okay. Pro kill steal. All right, so let's look at our situation right now, because you know what? It's almost turn 250. We'll do it on turn 250. Let's go with that. These borders are just impossible. It looks like everyone's gathered and is circled around Hammurabi's borders. At least that's what it looks like to me. Like everybody's like shoving to try and reach those green borders down in the corner. Press F to pay respects. And defensive packs are in operation now too. That'll be fun. All right. We'll see if anyone actually signs a defensive pact. So turn 250. Shaka's first in score. Justinian's second in score. It's pretty close between them. Hammurabi and Stalin are lurking just a little bit behind. All right. So in terms of GMP, Hammurabi's still tops, although again a lot of that's probably culture. Production's close, no leaders there. Food is also pretty close, but Shaka has established a clear lead. We've got a clear 1, 2, 3, 4. Power, Shaka first, Justinian second, Stalin third. And can you tell when Hammurabi got rifling tech? Culture, Hammurabi's leading, of course. Espionage, yeah, they're spending on espionage. Okay. So if we want to see their research rates real quick, yeah, we should definitely refresh the map. Hammurabi's at 700 beakers. He's basically maxed out though, right? He's at 90%. He can't increase that further. Justinian's at 800, so he's taken over the lead in terms of beakers. Shaka's at 512. Stalin at 611. So they're all pretty close. I'm sure Hammurabi's ahead on the tech tree because he was researching at a better rate for a longer period of time. He's going after radio now. Kind of an odd path to the tree. Justinian doesn't have any of those techs. He's on astronomy and physics. Shaka's a good ways behind. I think Shaka's last in tech. Stalin is roughly akin to Justinian. They just have different emphasis. Yeah, they're pretty... So Hammurabi is ahead. Stalin and Justinian are similar. Shaka's in last. And let's refresh that map. All right. Now, the other big thing is diplomacy, right? If you look at the diplomatic situation... Yeah, Hammurabi's is not good. Justinian's annoyed with him. Stalin's annoyed with him. Shaka is cautious. Elsewhere, Hammurabi does not declare war at please, so he can't attack Shaka. He can attack either of the others. Justinian doesn't declare at please. He's pleased at Shaka despite being -1. He has a ridiculous +23 with Stalin. So Stalin and Justinian will not declare war. I think everything else is... I think just about everything else is in play. Hammurabi won't attack Shaka. Yeah. And there's our cultural victory, and there's our Shaka domination. All right, so right now it'll probably be quiet until the next war. I don't think the next war is going to last very long, though. Shaka looks like he wants to attack Hammurabi, so I think we'll see that soonish. Okay, so that's noteworthy. Shaka just changed to a religion that no one else practices. He converted to Asoka's widely spread, originally founded Buddhism. So, okay, so now everyone just hates Hammurabi. And now Hammurabi is now no longer pleased with Shaka. Now he's angry at Shaka. Diplo victory seems unlikely at this point. Maybe the only one who would be willing to vote for... So if it was like Shaka against Justinian, Stalin would vote. So maybe, you know, if Hammurabi gets eliminated, we could... And it's like Shaka against Justinian, we could see that. That could happen. So it's not impossible. At first I was like, nah, never mind. But then I was like, well, no, actually, Stalin would get voted for by Justinian and vice versa. So one of them could potentially win that way. Or in the most odd case, if Hammurabi builds the UN and he's nominated against, well, he would get nominated against Shaka right now, but if he were nominated against either Justinian or Stalin, you could see that happen. So we still haven't seen an actual war declaration yet, but it does feel like it's just a matter of time until one of these three takes a swing at Hammurabi. Yeah, his diplomatic situation was not good. Justinian is not building up for war right now. Stalin, excuse me, is not building up for war. Shaka also, none of them seem to be in war-making mode at the moment, though. Everyone's on research. Poor Scythian. Yeah, he is. I mean, this pretty much sums it up, right? He's the worst enemy with everyone. So sooner or later, someone will, with all three of them being annoyed and all three of them being above average aggressive leaders, one of them's going to come after him at some point. It's just a matter of time. And yes, Hammurabi does seem to be going for a cultural win. I just don't think he can get there in time before someone attacks him and kills him. Or wow, a lot of defensive packs being offered to the Observer Civ. We'll see if he goes Eiffel Cultural Slider. That would be interesting. He's on mass media, so he could build the UN, and that would be interesting. Wang Kon didn't really get an opportunity to do too much trolling with the Apostolic Palace in this game, though. So quiet turns here, but that's not always the worst thing. We get a chance to get through some turns quickly. I do see a lot of colorful dots in the minimap in Shaka's territory. You can really see when Justinian and Stalin are moving units through Zulu territory. They're so much darker than the light yellow borders. I mean, you guys aren't actually just going to sit here and let Hammurabi tech his way into like a space victory or something else, right? Justinian's building some units. Maybe he's thinking about declaring war. See, Stalin wants me to cancel my deals with Hammurabi. Give the Observer Civ gunpowder. Anything that gets Hammer the win. Oh, hello. Why are there Zulu units in... Yeah. I was like, why are there Zulu units in Hammurabi's territory? Okay. So there it is. Alright, so that was expected. Let's see where his main force is. Here it is, up here. Okay. So this stack has like 130 units in it. That's pretty good. Oh, this would be funny. What if Hammurabi builds the UN and then Shaka captures the UN from him, and then it's Shaka nominated against Justinian or Stalin? That would be pretty fascinating. Why is you mean why is there Hammurabi territory under Zulu units? Yeah, I know, right? So how about the other? Okay, I think Stalin may be thinking about. No, he's not building that many units. We saw earlier that Justinian was building units, so he's probably thinking about joining this too. The other question is, who's going to win this game? Because someone has to win the game, right? Stalin just joined the war. Like, someone does have to win the game. It's not enough just to have a high score. Because like none of the low piece weight civs are very close to a victory condition. Alright. Stalin joins the war too. 15 wars. Now the race is on. Who gets what cities again? We're back to that. And there's an awful lot of wonders down here, so this will be some nice pickings if these cities get taken. At least Hammurabi was smart enough to stop building the United Nations to try and build some units. It's not going to be enough to defend him, but it's better than just sitting around and not building defensive units at all. Stalin's main stack is much smaller. It only has about 50 units in it. Yeah, Shaka's first, Justinian second, Stalin third, and Hammurabi dying. Yeah, can Stalin kill steal yet again? We'll see. See, he hates Hammurabi as well. So this is going to be short and pretty ugly for the Babylonians. They needed Ahsoka and Wang Kon not to die if they're going to be in a decent position in this game. All right, so Shaka's got the huge stack. He will, as soon as he decides that he's taken down the defenses, he will grab Borsippa, and then he will free up an immense amount of culture that's currently being occupied by. Oh, but by the way, what about defensive pacts, right? What if we get some insane war between these three leaders because of defensive pacts? That would be pretty awesome. I do think there's a chance, because remember, one of the key things, again, I don't want to get too far ahead of us, but one of the key big things in this game is Justinian and Stalin will not fight each other. They are friendly. They will never fight. So if if Shaka tries to attack either one of them, he's probably going to end up in a two-front war. And then that would be a very interesting ending to the game, indeed. If the two of them if Justinian and Stalin could combine to take down Shaka, that would be pretty amazing. But that's getting way ahead of us. Let's not, we're not anywhere close to that point yet. All right, so Borsippa was taken, even as Hammurabi builds the Eiffel Tower. He's back to building the UN again. I don't know if he'll be able to finish this. That would also, as I mentioned before, if Shaka captures the UN, he would be in an election against Justinian, and Stalin would vote for Justinian because they love each other. And they might have enough population to win the election. I don't know if that would be enough to get 2/3. Like, Stalin might not have enough if he joins together with Justinian to put him over the top. It would depend in part on what happens here. Shaka has almost 1/3 of the world's population for the UN victory. What do you need for the UN victory again? You need victory. What's 463 out of 747? Let me just do it on my phone here. I'll do the calculation. Again, this is getting ahead of ourselves, but I'm curious. All right, so you need 62% to win via diplomacy. 62%. So Shaka will need to get to 38% of the world's population to get a veto block. 38% he'll need. Again, a lot depends on who captures what cities in this war. So interesting stuff. Yeah, and Shaka has overtaken Justinian for first in score. Like, we all know that Hammurabi's going to die. The question at this point is what happens after he's gone. Where's Shaka's... All right, well, there it is. Yep, okay. So all these wars are really ticking up the war counter. So if you guys had a high number of wars, congrats. Good for you. And where is it? Yeah, that pretty much summarizes the situation. War with Justinian, worst enemy of Justinian. War with Shaka, worst enemy of Shaka. War with Stalin, worst enemy of Stalin. Rough going out there. Stalin will likely get this city over here, unless the Zulus can swipe in and steal it away. But Stalin's got most of his army over there. Here's the big Shaka army right here. And Justinian now is moving in, although I think he might have been bought into this war because I don't see a huge Byzantine stack right on the border. So he may have just been bought into this war. But he'll get down here too, and he'll have a chance to vulture cities for himself also. All right, so Stalin picks up Opus, which he can join together with Scythian up there in this very weird west coast. It's like the Byzantine/Russian west coast. And Shaka has everything. Shaka has everything in the middle, and the other civs have like the coasts. I think it is also pointing out that Stalin still does have the Great Lighthouse. I don't know if he obsoleted that yet with whichever tech obsoletes the Great Lighthouse. So I don't know if he's gotten that yet, but his coastal cities are good for Stalin. I only had 12. They've blown way past what I had. I didn't think we'd have a lot of wars. I thought we'd just see the good civs get rolled over quickly, and then that would be it. But instead, we had long, drawn-out wars that didn't go anywhere, so we ended up with a high number. All right, now there's like a gazillion calves of all three nations, and Cossacks, of course, for Russia, riding around. Oh, there's even some Russian frigates helping out with, or ships of the line. Oh no, ships of the line. Excuse me. I can't visually tell a frigate from a ship of the line. I guess the star is the difference. But working on the defenses. So Stalin should get this city too and continue his march down the west coast. I wonder if he'll stop to bombard or just keep attacking. Looks like he just kept attacking. Yeah, sorry, buddy. Tough luck for you in this game. So Stalin did take another city. Yeah, wow, Stalin's now first in score. Okay. Didn't see that coming, especially not with the way he was getting roughed up earlier in the game. Wow, looking good for him. And he even has another potential stack over here that could maybe vulture this city. So I felt like Shaka got more out of the collapse of India, but I feel like Russia is getting more out of the collapse of the Babylonians. Akkad is going to fall shortly. It's already been attacked. I think Justinian's going to get this because he moves before Shaka. Shaka did a lot of the work there. So Shaka's not... Oh, no, never mind. Shaka did get it. I was incorrect. Guessed wrong on that one. But anyway, yes, as we know, the empire is collapsing. And it's not going to last much longer. Oh, don't worry, the ironclads will hold this back. Ironclads to the rescue. Now Shaka's proclaimed. Boy, these three are really close in score. Shaka, Stalin, and Justinian, all very, very close in score. It's also a real question of who gets this capital. This is a very valuable capital. And the race is on. Both Stalin and Shaka and Justinian, they're all racing for this city. I wonder how much turn order is going to affect who gets what down here. Stalin beelined rocketry? Interesting. Interesting. And Justinian on assembly line, it's true. All three of these have improved their research a lot. All right, well, all three of them are outside the capital now. For some reason, I don't know what this stack's doing. I guess it's pillaging for some reason. Who knows what's going on over there. And there's a random... All right, so let's see who gets this, right? I'll zoom in. Or will Babylon survive another turn? Nope. Shaka was like, it's mine. Taking it for myself. So I think Babylon has some pretty key wonders in it. Let me... Cavalry has died in combat. Oh no, not cavalry. I know there's a ton of wonder building down here. So the Eiffel Tower, that's nice. Spiral Minaret. Is that the UN? No, that's a spy agency. But some nice wonders down here. We'll have to do a look on the list to see who ends up with what wonder when this is over. All right, now Shaka is starting to reap more of the rewards from this. Initially, he was missing, but he's gotten the last two cities. Justinian has not gotten any, and now he got another city, so Shaka is getting more. Remember when Wang started the game by attacking Stalin? Yeah. Payback achieved indeed. Stalin has definitely gotten some payback for that. Boy, the borders are going to be an absolute mess down here after this is over. So I don't know which one of these cities is going to be the last to fall. It looks like it might be Sipar, which would mean that Stalin would probably get the kill again. Good time adopting pacifism, right? So Shaka should get this city here, unless he really bungles it, which he did not. All right, so Shaka just cleaned, yeah, Shaka grabbed these 4 cities here, which is why he's jumped way up in score now. Those are some, he just cleaned up a ton of wonders from that. So it looks like Stalin's going to claim the kill again, unless Justinian takes it here. But I think Shaka's got, or I think Russia has it here. Stalin just killing everyone. He's like, you may start the war, but I finish the war. All right. Another kill for Stalin. He has all 3 of the kills in this game. Somehow. Stalin, 6 kills in this year's competition. That's the most anyone's ever had in one season. 6 kills. All right, so Hammurabi is the next one out. This is turn 290. Oh boy, this game might go on for a while. We got to start advancing through the turns because I can't stay too long today. That's the whole reason I started the game early. Hammurabi, turn 290. All right, and that should cover everything. All right, so 2 of these 3 are going to move on to the championship game, which is kind of cool. Stalin is a cold killer, a stone cold killer. All right, so let's look at the relationship between them. All right, so as before, we still have friendly relationship between Justinian and Stalin. Justinian also cannot declare on Shaka because he will not declare it pleased. Other than that, the game's wide open. The big thing is probably if Shaka decides to attack someone. We also, let's advance it to turn 300, and then we'll do a big assessment of where they all stand then. So now the question's like, okay, so we've eliminated all the good civs. Now what happens? Well, this is taking a little while to spin, isn't it? A lot of units moving around. All right, so Shaka, okay, so Diplo victory is probably out. Shaka has blocked it, at least for now. Shaka also is not going to be able to win domination right now. Shaka would need to take out one of the other 2 civs. If he takes out one of the other 2, he probably has enough to win by domination. So really the question is, would Shaka try to pick a fight with one of these other 2 civs? If he were to fight just one of them, I think he could do. I think he would be able to make real progress towards domination. Like if he goes after Justinian, for example. Well, either one really. I mean, I don't think either one of the 2 is much stronger than the other. Of course, there's the very real chance that if he goes after one of them, the other will then join the war, since they're such tight friends. And I also think Shaka's behind in tech, for what that's worth, because Justinian, I believe, has assembly line. No, he doesn't. Oh, yes, he does, because he has infantry. And Stalin is researching assembly line, whereas Shaka, I believe, does not have... Well, we'll check the techs in a minute. Shaka has railroad, which is a good fit for him because he's got a pretty large empire. Yeah, I know Stalin declares it pleased. It's Justinian who doesn't. Stalin will declare war it pleased. Justinian is, yeah, the one who does not. If this goes to space, we're going to be here a while because none of them are close to space at all. But with such an aggressive group of leaders, there's a real chance it does not go to space and that we have more fighting. I would sure love it if Justinian and Stalin were able to take down Shaka together and I was able to get 1 and 2 in the predictions. That said, Shaka killing Stalin to win by domination with Justinian finishing 2nd would be really good for me too. Oh, that's big. Justinian just signed a defensive pact. Well, so now if you fight one, you fight both. And Shaka probably doesn't like it that they signed... Yeah, see, we're upset you signed defensive pacts with our rivals. Yeah, he's not going to like that. And he still has the religious tensions with Justinian. That said, it is pleased relations, so it might not be the easiest to declare war. But if he does, he'd be fighting both. Well, we'll know if there's a war because we'll see it'll take forever for the turn to process because there'll be a gazillion units moving around. Like right now, maybe? Or no? Or are they just moving? No, it doesn't look like it. But Justinian did get the Pentagon, so that's nice. Yeah, I was waiting and I was like, wait, did he declare war? I mean, there's a gazillion units moving on the minimap, but that can be hard to tell because they all have open borders with each other. So it can be hard to know. If anything, I guess we should see the units disappear because they get jumped out. Yeah, if anything, we should see the units disappear from Shaka's territory because they would have been bounced out via teleportation if a war started. But it's hard to know. So it does not look like a war started on this interturn. All right, turn 300. All right, power is pretty close. Like Shaka's first, but not by that much. GNP is pretty close. Production, Shaka, or not, Shaka's in second, Stalin's in first. Food is, Shaka's got the lead. It's very close between Justinian and Stalin after that. Power, yep. Culture, okay. Well, that's pretty funny. Let's look at, well, check real quick their tech rates. That's easy to check. Justinian, 1,000 beakers per turn. Shaka, 1,000 beakers per turn. Stalin, 1,300. So Stalin has a slight tech lead as far as research rate is concerned. All right, Justinian looks like he is like mid-industrial right now. Shaka's behind. Look how much further ahead Justinian was. Shaka, yeah, he does not have assembly lines. So Shaka has the most territory, but he is the furthest behind in tech, it looks like. And Stalin, yeah, Stalin is the tech. Ooh, Stalin's a tech leader. He's also on industrialism for tanks, and he does have combustion. Also, I agree this is a good time for a map refresh and new music, as you guys said. Good timing, right at turn 300. So Shaka might be big, but he's not that far ahead, and he's not. His tech situation is not great. So if he gets into a two-front war, I do not fancy his chances if that were to happen. They all have railroad, yes. So we will see. Also, if it comes down to straight space race, it looks like Stalin has a slight edge. Survivor Playoff 1, the mediocre. Oh, and there's one more thing I wanted to check. I wanted to see who had what wonders. So Byzantium has the Pentagon. Zulus have Eiffel Tower. Russia has the Kremlin. Zulus have Statue of Liberty. Okay, that's key. That's a big wonder. Zulus have Sankor. Russia got one of the shrines. The Zulus have Spiral Minaret. That's probably it for most. The Zulus have Sistine, which is nice for them. Russia still has the Mausoleum, and Zulus have Statue of Zeus. That could be big, that the Zulus have the Statue of Zeus. Well, two of these three leaders are going to the championship. One of them is not. That's really the drama in the game now, is like which one is not going to make it to the championship. It's very hard for me to predict. I'd say it's... I really think all three of these leaders still have really good chance to win this game. Like, it's definitely up in the air. I kind of think, if anything, Shaka's in the weakest position because the other two have that defensive pact. Now, again, the defensive pact will eventually wear off. Oh, and look at this. Justinian's not pleased. He's not friendly with Stalin anymore. Look at this. Stalin was mucking around with spies, and it degraded their relationship. -3 for your spy was causing trouble. That was pretty dumb, Stalin. If you get attacked by Justinian, you have nothing but yourself to blame for doing something dumb like that. Stalin, it's hard to say he's in the best situation. I wouldn't say maybe before when he couldn't be attacked by Justinian, but I wouldn't say that now that he's open to being attacked. The best thing for Justinian and Stalin would be if Shaka attacks one of them, and then the two of them gang up together against him with the defensive pact triggering. That's the single best situation for the two of them. Whether Shaka will decide he just wants to fight remains to be seen. He is unpredictable, to say the least. Look at all these units. They're all running around. Yeah, it loves to just shuffle its units around. Well, we'll just keep clicking next turn until someone decides to go to war. It would surprise me if nothing happened and we had a space situation. There's Gagov, one of the testers on Beyond the Sword. I don't think too many people know this, but when Gagov was testing Civ4 and Beyond the Sword, he was only like 14 years old. He just didn't tell anyone. He was really good as a tester. He just like didn't tell anyone that he wasn't 18, or he claimed he was, so he could be on the test. But yeah, he was one of the best multiplayer He was one of the best Civ4 multiplayer players, even when he was like 14, 15 years old. So anyway, just a little tidbit. Justinian cannot. Oh, that's right. Justinian can't plot it pleased. You're right. It doesn't. Thank you for pointing that out. It's not about friendly for him. He can't plot it pleased either. So yeah, he still won't attack Stalin. Good point. Good point. I should have realized that. So still nothing. Just continuing to wait and see. Shaka is belatedly now getting to assembly line, but Justinian and Stalin both have industrialism. Okay, I think something just happened because I'm seeing units moving everywhere. I think we just saw exactly what we were anticipating to see. Yep. All right. So Shaka decided he wanted to pick a fight, and that means he's fighting both of them. All right, here we go. Get your popcorn, guys. Let's take a look at this. Now remember, the Russians have tanks, or they should. Do they have oil? I guess that's a question. Do they have access to oil? Yes, they do. So battleships. I don't see any tanks under production. Why isn't he building tanks? Oh well, we'll probably see them at some point. Yeah, so they're at war. Let's grab the power bar graphs before anything else. So Shaka's first in power, but he's fighting two civs at once, and that's going to be tricky. He also does not have assembly line yet, so he's behind in tech. Let's look at their army size. It only tells us total number of units, but that gives us a rough sense there. 311 for Justinian. Only 404 for Shaka. And Stalin has, Stalin only has 196. Stalin needs to stop building research and build some freaking units. Now the real question, let's refresh the map too. The real question is going to be, where is the big stacks located? That I don't know, and it's difficult to find them. So who did he ultimately declare on? Okay, he declared on Stalin, so it's probably is threatening a Russian city, would be my guess. Maybe over here? Or over here? I don't know. We'll see. It'll become clear soon enough. Alright, here's a fairly large stack. Oh well, we'll find it out sooner or later. Is Stalin ready for his fourth kill? We'll see. I really would like to see Stalin just start building tanks everywhere. Like, stop. I don't know why he's building research in some of his cities. The battleships are nice, but they're not going to do that much. Like, the stable is not what he should be building right now. And then there's Justinian, of course. Oh, this city should be Stalin should be targeting this. I don't know what Stalin's doing, why he's not building units. Justinian seems to be focusing over here in the west. Anyway, Justinian should build tanks. He's about to grab industrialism. So Justinian got a great general from something. He got a great engineer. A lot of great generals. Okay, so Stalin had a city captured. Dur-Kuragalzu. So that was a city in ex-Babylonian territory. Okay, so this is not going well for Stalin at the outset. So these cities were the ones that were being targeted by Shaka. Looks like he was targeting the west coast. Let's see how the power bar graph has changed. Oh, well, pretty hard hits on both sides. I'd say roughly even power loss on either side. Maybe that'll be the trigger that Stalin needs to start. Nope, he's still building research. Why are you building research? You're losing units. Oh, well. Like, he's not even really attacking this city here. Well, either Stalin will build units or he's going to die. One or the other. I'd love to see where Justinian is attacking too. Alright, here, this looks like, okay, so this is Justinian's big stack. He's 130 units in this stack, so he looks like he's attacking from Pusan for some reason. Is Justinian building some tanks? Does he have oil? He's building... Okay, he does have oil because he's building battleships. Again, I don't know why the focus on battleships instead of tanks. But yeah. Shaka can get infantry now, that's correct. And he is building a round of factories, which is what he should do, to get his production up. It's also possible that Shaka is just strong enough that he's going to run over both of his opponents. I mean, that is in the realm of possibility. Especially with the way that Stalin seems to be losing units left and right, or cities left and right here. So Shaka's at 49% on domination. He will need to take... he'll need to clean up here on the west coast, and then after that, continue pushing into one of the cores of these civs. But yeah, he could absolutely win by domination here, which would be great for me because I have domination as the victory condition, even though I didn't pick Shaka to win. Like, okay, so he's cleaned up just about all of the west coast cities of Stalin. And yet somehow this city Hittite has not gotten captured. So right now, Shaka is successfully 1v2ing right now. So that's a little bit of a surprise, but he's making it work right now. Ooh, heavy losses on each side, but it does look like Shaka might be getting the best of this, maybe. Stalin is doing horribly, because he insists on still building research in his cities for some unknown reason, and building battleships that are useless because the Zulus are in the center of a land-based map. Shaka going Barbarossa on Stalin. Yeah. Taking these exposed Russian cities is like legitimately smart from a tactical perspective because there's really no way that Stalin can get, no way that Stalin can get them back. No realistic chance. Oh, now he's even opened up a path over here to Hittite. So that's not as exposed as it was. Oh, this city got captured by the big Byzantine stack. But it looks like there's a huge Russian stack, or not Russian, Zulu stack pushing back. There's 85 cabs on this tile. It seems to be where the bulk of Justinian's force is located, in that 85 cab stack. And now Justinian is building some tanks. So maybe he'll be able to turn the tide here. We'll see. Or not. Or not. Or Shaka could keep taking cities. It looks like most of the fighting is like all along this west coast, which is a really weird place for it to be. Here's a pretty sizable stack by Stalin, 50-something units. Why were all their units along the west coast? Doesn't make any sense. All right, now Stalin's building some units, but he's not building tanks, and I don't know why. Oh, he doesn't have an oil well here. What the? Did he get that pillaged by a Zulu spy or something? Yeah. Oh no, he has a well on this tile. What am I saying? He doesn't have a well. But whatever. Just doesn't make a lot of sense. Tanks are really good units, though. I do wonder if the tanks will be enough to change the tides of war here. I'm going to keep updating the map because as we see cities change hands, that's the best way to keep track of it. Yeah, I never would think of Stalin as a peaceful leader or anything like that. So we did see a Russian city get changed back. This city was retaken by Stalin. So maybe the arrival of Byzantine tanks is starting to switch this. I don't think it's helping that Shaka's coastal cities are getting crushed. They're all getting coastal blockaded and bombarded. Let's keep checking those power numbers. Ooh, oh man. Some heavy losses there. Shaka's taking it. I mean, everyone's taking losses, but it looks like Justinian is doing the best out of this fighting that we're seeing. Because he has lost the fewest units, and he does have tanks running around in various places. But yeah, for the moment, oh, I guess Stalin's on the offensive over here. I was going to say, yeah, it seems like we're kind of stalled out at the moment. So much death. Shaka, I mean, so the one thing that Shaka does have helping him is he does have Statue of Zeus, and that's significant that he does have that. Although Three Gorges Dam would be really nice for Stalin, because the AI does not always do a great job of building power plants. And note that Stalin is finally building some tanks. Like, why would you even build anti-tanks in this situation? Okay, so Shaka lost a city. And... oh, I was like, wait, was it taken back by Shaka? No, it was not. It's just it's completely surrounded by Zulu culture. So yeah, and there's a little bit of an offensive being mounted here on the west. And Seoul was just recaptured by the Byzantines. So yeah, there's that message. So Justinian goes back to police state, which is a smart thing to pick in this situation. War weariness has to be really bad, since these two keep fighting the Statue of Zeus holder. Although the Statue of Zeus is in one of these ex-Babylonian cities, so it might get taken by one of them. Wonders. Where is Statue of Zeus? Oh, here it is. Oh, it was taken. It's the Russians now have it. Ooh, so that's going to be really bad for Shaka. He's going to be fighting into Statue of Zeus culture. Yeah, that's a serious problem for Shaka. He's going to suffer huge war weariness. All right, so that attack came up short. Just barely came up short, but did. So Shaka, oh wow, now it looks like it's finally starting to turn around. Shaka is starting to lose cities. It looks like the 2v1 might have been too much for him. There's a fierce naval. I guess I should say that these naval builds aren't completely useless, because there's a pretty significant naval war going on up here. All right, so we had a request to look at some more of the graphs again. So yeah, Shaka's power has been declining. Everyone's been taking a lot of damage. GMP, production. Shaka, oh, interesting that Shaka was tops by that much. Food. It's a pretty miserable, yeah, Shaka used his army, but he doesn't seem to have a second wave right behind it, at least not yet. And we'll keep revealing the map so we don't get surprised by city captures. Justinian took that city, Varanasi, and he has recaptured his lost cities up here. I'm checking to see if he has another offensive building over here. This would probably be the next one for him to go after. And then the Russians have a little offensive going on down there. At this point, it looks more like Shaka's on the defensive. I don't see any Zulu stacks in enemy territory right now. That city, Agra, is extremely exposed. So is Hittite. This city looks like it's going to get... Babylon down here looks like it's going to get targeted too. I think the Statue of Zeus is actually in this city, Akkad, right here. Could be wrong, but I think that's the one. Yeah, all right, so Babylon now taken as well. Yeah, Shaka's got to be suffering some pretty severe war weariness. He's still holding his core for the moment, but like his score was so far ahead earlier, and it's not... Oh, and Christo Reden's a really nice wonder to have as well. So Russia's starting to pick up some key wonders here. Yeah, Justinian, now look how close they are, right? Shaka was way ahead in score earlier, but now the gap's been closing. It's just, as strong as he was, it doesn't look like he's quite strong enough to fight both of them at once. Not with them having the tech lead over him. Shaka was behind in tech. I feel like the tanks have made the difference. Or Shaka just is exhausted from war. He seems to have a major stack over here. Like if you look in this city, there's a stack of 23 calves. Here's Justinian's own big force of calves. Now the question is, will these sides keep fighting to the death, or will they pull back and stop at some point? Agra seems like it's the next target. There's Byzantine units all around it. Although they seem to be pillaging more than attacking. Nope, I was wrong. The next target was this city. Boy, so Stalin lost like all his cities down here, and now he's retaken all of his cities down here. It's really quite amazing. And Shaka's, yeah, his score keeps dropping. Shaka needs peace really badly. This 2v1 war is not going well for him. It also looks like Hittite will finally be falling sooner or later, although the AI is stupidly attacking across a river for no reason. Can you win the UN while at war? Yes, you can. You're just unlikely to get someone to vote for you. But that's a good point. If someone builds the UN, and if it's like Shaka against Justinian, Justinian will win because Stalin will vote for him. Look, now there's a new little offensive down here. And there's no cultural defenses because ships have taken them out at this city. Yeah, that city didn't fall this turn, but it's going to fall. Just a matter of time. Because there's almost, yeah, there's an anti-tank with 1 health left in it right now. And it looks like there's finally a major force here at Hittite as well. Yeah, the tanks, it's just the tanks, they make such a big difference. I guess that city held out for one more. Nope, it did not hold out for a turn. And look how much territory went over to Stalin as a result of that. So Shaka has almost fallen below Justinian in score now. Wow. This is such a reversal. So no domination victory for Shaka. It doesn't look like it. This was the other city down here. As the, again, out of place music. All right, so Shaka still has a lot of cities, but he's fallen apart fast. Yeah, he's actually, Stalin has almost passed him in power. What a brutal war this has been. Russian cultural victory is not close. We just looked at the victory screen and it wasn't anywhere close. Shaka's inability to build tanks is what's really has stopped him in this fight. If you're really curious, you can see there's no city beyond. The third city is only at 10k culture, so like that's not happening anytime soon. And it looks like the naval war has clearly been won by the non-Zulu forces. So I don't know where the next push is going to come from, like this allied coalition against the Zulus. But we'll see it sooner. We'll see something sooner or later. A big push from someone. That city, Calcutta, is probably... Calcutta and Agra are very exposed. They're probably the next ones to be targeted. No, never mind. Stalin's pushing west towards Vijayanagara. And I guess there's another force over here. But yep, we'll keep advancing the turns. Yeah, it's 19. I saw it's like 1914, 1916. There won't be any end to this war in 1918, though, I don't think. Seems likely to go on for some time yet. This area here seems to be where the most likely pushes are coming. That and potentially, and as I mentioned, Calcutta and Agra, because they're right on the front lines. Look at this, the city, like, see, this is just so hard to stop, right? City Raider 3 tank, like, how do you defend against that? The answer is you don't. Your cities just get pummeled. Like Calcutta, the defenses at Calcutta were taken out by bombers, I think, because I didn't see any siege units over here. But the defenders are still holding for the time being. But Justinian has passed Shaka in score now. And Stalin looks like he's about to as well. One more city capture and Stalin will pass him in score. Justinian and Stalin, look at them. They're both researching the laser as they like move through the tech tree in unison. Well, there's some heavy fighting around this city. I see all these tanks and gunships right here. So Shaka went to police state. That'll help him with his war weariness. His tech rate will not be helped by that, though. I don't know what he was in, but it would be better for his economy than police state. Yeah, Shaka has stabilized a bit, I agree, but he's still going to lose cities. Calcutta is going to fall here. See, he just lost another city, and he just lost another city here, although that might have been a peace treaty. Alright, so Justinian taps out and signs a peace treaty, which is probably a smart move on his part. Limit it just to the Russians and the Zulus who are fighting. As far as the tech tree goes, here's Shaka. He is going for industrialism, but that's it. Justinian has picked up the laser, so that means he has mobile artillery, which is really nice, but he did just drop out of the war. And Stalin has advanced flight in addition to the laser, so it's close for them on space race as well, assuming that we don't get to another victory condition. Now, of course, Stalin has to fight against Shaka on his own, which is going to be harder to do. We'll see if he's able to take over more territory. You know, like, that's quite selfish, but genius on his part. This city here is going to be pretty useless, though. Crushed by culture. So whatever that attack was, it looks like it came up short at that city. Stalin does have mobile artillery, though, which he like Justinian, he also has mobile artillery, and that's a really nice. Yeah, we should check the power bar graph. Really good point. It's really nice to have artillery that can move as fast as your tanks and keep up with them. So Stalin's ahead in terms of power. He's above, yeah, he's above there. You know how there's a big board in war films with people moving soldiers around discussing battle plans? That's what this makes me think of. Indeed. When you have wars like this that are such large scale, you can't really, like, it's hard to look at individual unit movements. It's more about, like, the big picture stuff. Dnieper seems to be where Stalin's attacking. I don't know where Shaka is attacking right now. Should have taken out the defenses, though, if he was going to attack this city. He got almost all the units redlined, but he wasn't able to kill them. That and this city, Agra. Well, there's a big attack at Agra, but it didn't take the city. I agree that Shaka might be able to just stabilize in this position, especially because he's about to grab industrialism himself. And, yeah, you can see Shaka is now building his own tanks. So he might be stabilizing, although this city, Agra, looks like it has a good chance of falling too. The mobile artillery are really doing a number on some of these locations. And up here, yeah, the mobile artillery is not supported by anything, though, so it's not going to do anything. But that's the most likely city to fall next. It's down to just a handful of units. Meanwhile, Justinian's like, I'm going to work on my spaceship. Of course, with railroads in place, you can keep reinforcing the city repeatedly. Nope, never mind, wasn't enough. Still taken out. That was a nice pickup. Oh, what is this? Is this like the Great Arctic Convoy down here? It just looks funny. Oh, and there's another. I didn't realize there's another big force over here attacking. This city's well defended, though. We'll see. If it gets hit with enough mobile artillery, though, it might not matter. Like, if you hit the city with mobile artillery and then send in tanks after that, it doesn't really matter. Oh, it's turned 350. Well, we are getting awfully late here, aren't we? And we're still a ways away from a victory condition, I think. Yeah, this city got hit pretty hard. There's not that many defenders left. So we'll just do a quick check. I mean, the game situation hasn't changed that much. We'll do a quick check of the situation. All right, GMP. Note that, so Shaka's last. Note that Justinian still hasn't passed Shaka in GMP, even with all this going on. Production, Shaka's in third place. Stalin's first. Food, it's very close between all three for food. Power, Stalin has taken a clear lead in power over Shaka. Justinian's still lurking. And in terms of, oh, tech rate, we'll check real quick. Justinian's at 1500, Shaka's 667, ouch. Shaka's at Stalin's at 1400. And on the tech tree, they're close. Justinian, all right, so he is in the modern era. Stalin is like one tech behind. Not even, I don't know if he's even one tech behind. Very close between them. Shaka is behind. Okay. There is also a possibility that Stalin runs over all of the Zulus and has enough territory to win by domination. I don't know if that would be enough, but I think it would be close. So yeah, he just took another city. As Stalin takes the lead in score. So like I said, that is possible that he just gets enough territory that he can win by domination. Because Shaka might still be first. Let's see. Stalin is currently at 30%, but Shaka has 40%. Like, I mean, you add them together and he can probably hit the 64%. Maybe not. Justinian's borders would expand. And you guys requested industrial music, I can see. Don't forget that the more progress Stalin makes, the easier it gets to make more progress. Oh, and here we go. Well, Justinian and Stalin are nominated, so they'll split the vote. Shaka needed to be nominated for someone to have a chance to win in diplomacy. So diplomatic victory would be cool, but I don't think it's in play for this game. All right, so you guys requested, let's add steam power. That's an industrial tech. The other question to keep in mind is, where is the oil located for Shaka? Because if he loses his oil, yeah, you can see the vote's just going to get split. Then he would lose his ability to build modern units. All right, so he has, okay, so he's pretty good on oil. He has one here and one here. Doesn't seem like does not seem likely that he will lose either of them. And he has an aluminum in his core as well, so he should be fine on resources, unless he's like really dead. And at that point, it doesn't even matter. That said, Stalin, yeah, Stalin keeps pushing. Like, is he really going to get his fourth kill here? He's got some pretty large stacks in Zulu territory. Like, here comes another force up here. I don't think this is going to capture a city, but like these gunships are running around pillaging and causing trouble. His ships are still messing with the coastal cities of the Zulus, and like he's got more units building down here. He's, I mean, like, and in addition to just obviously he's capturing the cities, but as he goes, he's pillaging all the tiles too. Like, he's really messing up Shaka. Shaka managed to get to tanks. I don't think he's going to get much further than that on the tech tree. Also, I have no idea where this force is going. Going deeper into Zulu territory. That's also potentially significant now that he's finished the Manhattan Project. All right, so I guess I'll keep watching wherever the heck this stack is going. Definitely keep building those mining ink executives, Shaka. That seems the way to go. Okay, so he just grabbed another city, and that is the Buddhist holy city. A really nice target to pick up because of the shrine in there. So this offensive is just continuing, along with whatever the heck's going on down here. It looks like that force turned around and attacked the Vijay Anagara. So yeah, we could have nukes once again as we roll on towards yet another really, really slow late finish. This is yeah, so that city's really poorly defended. And yeah, he's like, I'll build the SDI. Let me just get this in place before I start launching nukes. But like a lot of these cities over here in the west look pretty vulnerable. These, like, Shaka can't even reinforce these cities because the railroads have been pillaged so badly over here. There goes another one. I think Shaka is going to get eliminated here. Stalin like shows no signs of stopping whatsoever. He's just pushing, pushing, pushing. When does Enforce Peace? I think Enforce Peace has already run out for Justinian. I think it's already been 10 turns. Oh, you know, we had to have I think we had to have another UN election because I think the UN got captured. I I could be wrong on that. All right, I think this city down here is the next one to be targeted. Poor Shaka. I mean, it's his own fault because he's the one who picked this fight, but still, this is not going his way, is it? And Justinian gets up his own. Yeah, he's going for his 4th kill. I don't think we've ever seen... We've seen 4 AIs die in a game before, but I don't think we've ever seen all 4 killed by one leader in one game, which would be pretty crazy. 5 is the theoretical maximum. We've had 5 leaders die in a game before, not counting the wildcard game, which is its own thing. I guess in the wildcard game, someone could get like 6 or 7 kills in a theoretical state. Well, let me put it this way. In 2 seasons of Civ4 AI Survivor, Huayna Capac was the leader with 8 kills. That's over 2 entire seasons of games played. Stalin's threatening to get 4 kills in one game, in addition to 3 in the first round. It's just he just launched a nuke. Well, I see Fallout on the map, so yeah, not afraid to get his hands dirty. So it has begun. The nukes are underway. And as mentioned, Stalin's at 38%. I don't know if he'll be able to get enough to win by domination, but he's going to make a fair go at it. Meanwhile, here's Justinian on his spaceship progress. He's going after fusion. Stalin looks like he's starting to fall behind a little bit in the space race because he's been concentrating on his war. At this point, Stalin's probably like, I don't even care if I win by space. I'm just going to try to kill Shaka just because. Oh, diplomacy. Yeah, we can check that. Justinian's cautious with Shaka. The only thing that matters is between Justinian and Stalin, and they're both friendly with each other, so they will not declare war. But Justinian could totally go back to war with Shaka again if he wanted to, because he's only cautious, not pleased. Okay, they keep holding elections for the UN for some reason. They keep holding Secretary General votes. All right, so that little stack that was over here did get cleaned up. Okay, yeah, and the power bar graphs have shifted pretty sizably right now. Look at this last 100 turns. That's a really cool bar graph. Justinian's back to being tops in power, so he's probably getting ready to go back to war with Shaka, because I don't know why he'd be building that many units if he wasn't planning to go to war. Here comes all these mobile artillery and mobile SAMs rolling through. And don't look now, but the Zulu territory is starting to shrink. Like it's being pushed in from the sides. Alright, as we see more spaceship parts getting built. I think Justinian just joined the war again. Yeah. It's like, I think he just rejoined the war and triggered a golden age at the same time and jumped to police state. All right, so one more war. This is probably the last one that we're going to see in this game. 19. A high war counter for this game. All right, so yeah, Justinian's going to kill Shaka, or Stalin is, but Shaka is definitely dead, and he is not going to make the championship game. Yep, you guys were right. You spotted it even before I did with the Byzantine units on the minimap. Let me see if I can try to find where Justinian's doom stack is, because he definitely has one somewhere. Okay, that's probably over here then. Nope, that's not it. He took that city, but that was not where his biggest stack was located. Here it is. This is his biggest stack, I think. Oh, no, only 34 units. He must have a bigger one somewhere. 16 here. Well, somewhere he's got some... I'm sure he has like a 100 stack unit running around somewhere. Maybe it's off in the west somewhere. And he used part of it to take that city. Yep, not too much longer now, though. So we're definitely going to see... This does take the drama out of who's going to emerge from this game. There is still the question of who wins the game, though. I think Justinian is going to win because I think he's further ahead in his spaceship. And it looks like domination is not going to happen because there's not enough land for either one of these two leaders. I'm trying to see where the attack... All right, looks like this is where the next attack is coming right here. Hashtag rigged. Yep. All right, so Justinian grabs that. He's going to take this city shortly too. If not on this turn, then in a soon turn. I don't know why we keep holding Secretary General votes. This is really weird. I'm not quite sure why that keeps happening instead of resolutions. And we've played long enough that the Observer Civ finished a second tech. Yeah, Nodwengu just got captured as well. That means that the Zulu territory has basically been chopped in half now. Yeah, we know Justinian keeps proposing the resolutions. Oh, more nukes. This game has not been quite as not quite as nuke friendly as some of the other games. So that was 2 more cities taken by Justinian. So yeah, maybe Justinian was like, hey, I need to do something or else Stalin might win by domination. So let's just hop in and start grabbing some Zulu cities for ourselves. Oh, is that it? No one has enough votes to become Secretary General? Okay, that makes sense. Wow. That's sad that no one even has enough votes to be elected Secretary General of the UN. This is a sad world we're in here. A violent world, at least. Yeah, oh, Shaka absolutely brought this on himself. It's hard to feel too sorry for him since he deliberately picked this war. Like, he had to know that there was a defensive pact, excuse me. Oh, so he nuked the city and there are no defenders left. So the paratroopers will just walk into the capital next turn because there's no one there to stop them. Paratroopers can't paradrop and then attack on the same turn, but they can paradrop and then attack on the next turn. You can see Justinian's going for the city too, but Stalin actually had units near the city, so more nukes. Yep, so this is just about it for Shaka. And if you're wondering why I didn't pick Shaka to win instead of Stalin, I liked Shaka's position. The problem is Shaka is insane and does stuff like this. That's the whole reason I didn't pick him. I liked his starting position. I liked his setup in this game. I just wasn't willing to commit myself to picking a self-destructive leader like Shaka. He's just too aggressive for his own good. All right, there is also still the question of who's going to get the kill, right? Can Stalin get another kill, or is Justinian going to take this one? Yeah, I'll have time to show the next map. Well, the next map's already ready to go, so I'll show you the next map and we'll link it. I'm not heading out here like right this second. I just need to... Basically, I needed to make sure that the game today didn't run until like 5 p.m., so I wanted to start a little bit earlier because like our game's already run kind of long, right? It's already been over 3 hours. Yeah, it's been a long game. I just didn't want this game to run on too long. All right, let's see. Is this going to be the last holdouts down here at Lahore? Or is it going to be up on the northern coast? All right, so Lahore is still holding. There's only there's only 2 cities left. There's Kwaduzka up here, and then there's Lahore down there. I think Stalin's going to get the kill again because he's the only one with any units up there in the north. So we'll see. Like, this city might get taken by Justinian. We got to watch the minimap to see which one falls first, too. If it's an actual race. All right, so the city in the north got taken out. Nope. I think Justinian's going to get it because there's only 1 city left, and he will move first in turn order. So it looks like Justinian is going to get one of these kills. Stalin does have units here, but I don't think it's enough. Sorry, Stalin. He needed Justinian to take this city last turn, and then Stalin would have gotten that city up there on the north coast. But instead, Justinian claims a kill, and it is deserved. I mean, he did a lot in this war, although probably not as much as Stalin, but he did do a lot. All right, and then that will be it. So Shaka gone. Justinian gets the kill. Turn 377, very late in the game. As Stalin adopts free religion. Okay, Justinian. By the way, Justinian had 3 kills in his opening game, so he's at 4 for the tournament as well. Shaka eliminated, turn 377, very late. All right, and now it looks like the game is going to have to end by space. Although we had a tease for domination for a long time there, but even though Stalin is at 50%, he doesn't. He needs 73% of world population, and that's not going to happen because so many people have been killed off in this game. Yeah, he stole Wang Kon, that's true. The two of them are not, yeah. Justinian will not declare war at pleased. Stalin will declare war at friendly, like none of the civs will. So the only thing remaining at this point is the space race. Justinian needs 1, 2, 3, 4, and it's 4 more techs. Stalin needs 1, 2, 3. Oh, also needs 4 more techs. This could be close. We might have a real space race on our hands here. And we also will have to check their beakers. They both still have stealth unresearched, so we'll see which one of them goes, if anyone wastes research going after that. Also, we should check their beaker rate. Justinian's at 2,000, Stalin's at 1,800. Okay, so very close. And Stalin got the space elevator, which could be significant in terms of building the parts. That said, Stalin should probably stop building tactical nukes and just start building research in every city. That would be the smart thing to do. How about Justinian? He's not building research in every city either. He's also loading up on more units. Okay, whatever. This is going to be like a turn 400 finish, by the way. Stalin does love his spies. He definitely builds too many spies. All right, Stalin on composites, Justinian on ecology. Stalin also has the Three Gorges Dam. Look at all these workers running around repairing stuff. It's late enough in the game that both sides should just be building research to try and finish the tech tree as fast. Yeah, you keep loading up on those ICBMs, buddy. And he's like, I must have as many ICBMs as possible just to be safe. Oh, Stalin, why? Why did you go for stealth? No! That means Justinian's probably winning the space race. The dreaded stealth poison pill. So Justinian just needs superconductor and genetics. Stalin, he needs fiber optics and fusion, but he's wasting his time on stealth. It's always funny, like stealth sits there as this useless tech at the end of the game, and it's always like which AI is going to research that particular tech. It's funny. So Stalin's ahead in score, but it's not going to matter if he's second to launch. He did build the internet though, so that's something. He's loading up on as many nukes as possible too. Also, the observer civ gets forced into universal suffrage. Stalin does have a preference for military techs, but so does Justinian. I think they have very similar tech preferences because they were researching their way through the tech tree in like lockstep fashion for a while there. Stealth is there to add drama, I know. Don't be fooled though if Justinian also goes for stealth now. It's not out of the question that he will. Ah, there it is. Justinian's like, no, I don't want to win. Ugh. Take it. That said, though, this is a little bit. This is still better for Justinian because Justinian already has the engine completed. He already has fusion, which is the one that unlocks the engines, which are expensive, and we saw what trouble they get into building the engine. Whereas that's something that Stalin still has to research. So I think Justinian still has the edge here, as far as this goes, because it's easier to build the stasis chamber than it is to build the 2 engines, and Stalin still has 2 techs to research. So I think Justinian is still fine. I still think he ends this first, but it's going to be close. So Stalin has nothing left to research except the necessary text, so he will do that now. It also partly comes down to what city they choose to build the spaceship parts in, although the AI is pretty good about doing that in this game. Yeah, there's fiber optics. Then he just needs fusion for the engine. So the whole launch with one engine thing seems to be a result of the AI whenever they leave fusion for the last tech, which is exactly what Stalin has done here. So the only one who's likely to run into that is Stalin. I think Justinian launches first and will be the winner in a very close space race. So Stalin 2 turns to fusion, but then he has to build the engines, and they are a very expensive part. As more thrusters keep getting finished. So now Justinian will research the last tech he needs, genetics. Yeah, so Justinian's only like 1 turn behind here, so pretty sure he's got this. Which is unfortunate because I have Stalin to win and Justinian second. Where it looks like it's going to be Justinian first and Stalin second, which is fine. I'll still get the half points for that. For identifying the last 2 leaders. Okay, so Stalin has now finished. Stalin has now finished all the techs he needs. He just needs to build the parts. Yaroslavl's only 2 turns away, but look, Moscow is his other one. So we'll see. He might launch when that engine finishes in Yaroslavl. We'll find out, won't we? And Justinian will now finish. Okay, so Justinian finished the last tech he needs. All right, so Stalin launched with only 1 engine. So he was like, "Screw that second engine. I'm out of here, you guys." So, ooh, look at this. Justinian's going to have a faster spaceship, but look, he's still 5 turns behind on the stasis chamber. So maybe Stalin wins after all. That would be awesome for me. Because his spaceship is slower with only 1 engine, but I don't know that it's that much slower. Let's see, it partly depends on how fast he gets this stasis chamber done. He still has a couple more turns left, though. Once they both launch, we'll be able to see the ETA when they arrive. Remember, if it's a tie on the same turn, Justinian's going to win because he has a finished spaceship, whereas Stalin doesn't. But I think Stalin launched early enough that it's not going to make up the difference. So Justinian will launch this turn, but I think Stalin's got this. Yeah, with only 1 engine, it's slower to reach the destination, but I don't think it's that much slower. Alright, so did Justinian just launch too? He should have. Where's his spaceship? Why didn't he launch it yet? Does he have to build another one of those chambers? Oh, he's got to build... Oh, what's this? Justinian... Why did he not launch his spaceship? I didn't see it go off. Where's the... Hold on. Space race. Where's the ETA for Stalin? Alright, 1983. Yeah, Justinian, why hasn't he launched his spaceship? He has all the parts he needs, right? He has everything. He didn't launch his spaceship. No, he built everything he needs. He's got all... He has the cockpit, the life support, the stasis chamber, the docking bay. He has 2 engines. Yeah, he's got everything he needs. Why, he should have just launched. That's really weird. Was he waiting another turn to launch? Whatever. He, well, he's not going to beat Stalin at this rate, because Stalin's landing in a couple more turns. Maybe he just... maybe the AI is just like, I have no chance. I just screw it. Don't even bother to launch. Yep, their relationship has not changed, so... this is just going to end in like 5 turns when Stalin's spaceship gets there, 1983. It didn't matter. Maybe the AI just realized there's literally nothing the AI can do. He can't stop the spaceship. It's already en route. His spaceship can't get there in time. I think Justinian was like, I can't win. Screw it. Game's over. I'll just sit here and not do anything. Or something like that. I don't know. But in any case, Stalin's going to get this, and I'm going to have a very, very nice score for this game. I didn't get the victory condition right, or the wars, or the... Yeah, all my points are coming from the leaders. But I don't think a lot of other people are going to have a date this late in the game. This is an extraordinarily late victory. We did have a lot of wars. But hey, look at the bright side. Justinian, he's going to be in the championship game. He's going to have a chance to win the competition. Wow, the rare turn 400. Look at all our settlers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 settlers. Our settlers are just hanging out. All right. 100 turns left. Well, not -5 points for me. I have Stalin to win, remember? I actually picked him to win this game. It was a wild ride to get there. Yeah, so they just vote for themselves. Okay. This is good timing. This is going to work out great because it looks like we're probably going to leave in like an hour or so. So this will wrap up, and then we can do the contest, and we can do the map for next week, and it'll wrap up in a appropriate time. Yeah, friggin' Stalin, I know, right? I picked him. I told you guys. Although the funny thing is, I picked Stalin, but my rationale for picking him turned out to be wrong. I thought Justinian was going to have a slow start. He did not have a slow start, but it worked out anyway. Sometimes that happens. All right, Stalin space race victory, turn 403. All right, so Stalin first, Justinian second, everyone else dead. End of game. Both Stalin and Justinian onto the championship. The game started to make sense, as you guys said, right when